All right, I shall lead us off. All right. Hello, hello everyone, and welcome back to week something of VOD. I forgot already.
This is week 18 of From the 8 Up.
Thank you. Yes, this is week 18. I am your Yoros Kaiser back from the grave for the first time in a while, and with me tonight is my lovely co-host Annie.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right then, and our first stream match of tonight is Pufferfish Party versus the competitive Calamari Party. Jeez, that's a lot of words. I believe Pufferfish has played before.
Yeah?
I don't know about them.
I don't know too much about these teams. I don't really recognize any names here. So I'm excited to see what comes out of it, with really no expectations.
Well then, moving on from that, we can now talk about our first match of the tournament, which is Splat Zone's Mako Mart.
Ooh, fun.
As someone who was on a team with a Carbon main, Mako Mart is a stage that Carbons like.
I'm pretty impartial to Zone's Mako, but I personally like Mako a lot, which is, you know, a lot of us, so we're really glad that it's coming to Splatoon 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's as I said about the announcements for the Splatoon 2 returning stages. Mako, Sturgeon, Inkblock, Wahoo.
Wahoo. Oh, Wahoo. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh boy, and there's my first Ruby reference of the stream. Many more to come.
Alright, let's get into this game now, shall we?
Game 1, where I shall try not to make any more jokes. Can't promise anything. Alright, and we're seeing a Cherry H3 is what we're seeing, and double armor from I'm not actually sure which team that is.
Yup, unfortunately I did not quite read the names before coming into it. Their tags aren't really helpful to identify the teams as much. But, it looks like we're starting off with a pick on the side of the green team here. Really just going in for the zone. Let's see if they can get this cap here.
Okay, we are currently watching from Calamari Party's perspective, and the other team is and the green is Pufferfish Party. There we go.
Both teams really want to party it up here on the Splatoon stream.
Indeed it is, and we're seeing bubbles being deployed in a bit of an odd spot from the Cherry, but they
got two picks!
Bubbles.
Nice play by the Cherry H3 here. It looks like Pufferfish Party really setting up themselves up for really holding pit and mid to try to keep out the other team as much as possible before they start with their counter push. Let's see if we can get the first pick here.
And well, after we've seen the lead flip, and we've seen missiles come out from both sides of the team, I've just noticed it would be our Calamari actually has double missiles.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for the other team to deal with. It looks like they're going to be having a lot of special output. Let's see how the other team goes.
And the junior is decided it's time to become a front line, and that's a full wipe on the side of Calamari, meaning this might just be game for a Pufferfish.
Well done for Calamari. With 15 seconds left on the clock, looks like they might have the win here. But let's see if Pufferfish Party can make a sort of comeback, and the splashdown wasn't quite in the zone, able to cap it. As both teams fight for the zone, it's really hard to see who will get the KO here. And the competitive Calamari Party finally gets the cap, and it's 1 second left for Pufferfish Party. That is a very, very big penalty that they'll have to face next time they cap the zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a case of now though. I believe. Wait, this is where Pufferfish can now build his specials. They do have time to wait. They don't have to rush in right away.
That's right, they have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to get down 76 seconds on the clock for the zone. Can they cap it here? Yes, they will.
Indeed, and we're seeing on the side of Pufferfish we have on Pufferfish they have both armors ready. I think they might have deployed one, and the machine finds 2 picks with that.
Really good picks by the machine here. Looks like they're gonna try to force the other team out, slowly taking space with bombing as the other team retreats back into their pit. I'm wondering if the machine can get the pick here. Just so right out of reach. Looks like, I already forgot which team is which. Looks like the purple team is slowly counting their timer down. I'm really excited to see if they can make the comeback here. The green team has armor slowly trying to push in, trying to get that pick. Maybe their missiles can cap the zone here. And they see, like, the bubbles do cap the zone, take back, giving a huge penalty to the other team.
Right.
Looks like both teams are slowly going down all the way down to 0. This might be a really close game.
It's currently looking that way. The zone has just been flip-flopping right now. Nice team is really kind of just set up and held one spot, and we're seeing a pick come out from the thing that was a jet who gets to pick in their alley loon. Just
both teams are down 1 player as the green team is trying to take over their pit, but the other team does not allow it and is turning the zone in sort of a neutral stance in this 3v3 going on in the zone right now. The K-Shot gets some... the junior gets some really nice picks, and they take the lead as well as the game. That was really exciting. I did not expect this purple team to make a comeback as much as they did. They did really well, nearly over the game, but green team just so barely got the zone back in time to get their 1 point down to 0 to catch that game there. Very well done by both teams.
Yes, and with that we were heading into TC Anchovy games.
I'm trying to really focus which team is which right now.
We show Team Alpha looks to be, if I can read English for once. Which the answer appears to be no right now. Team Alpha is Calamari, and Team Bravo is Pufferfish.
Say that one more time.
Team Alpha is Calamari, and Team Bravo is Pufferfish.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, anyways, after that, we're now sorted out. It's time to talk about Anchovy TC.
Anchovy TC. I'm a little biased toward Anchovy. I really like the map. Just because it feels bigger than it actually is, but I also really like the design of the map. Just really cool concept of Anchovy. But TC is definitely can be really hard depending on which certain checkpoints you pass. It's sometimes really hard to get the counter push to really get the lead if they're passed in going into the other team's pit.
Yeah, the worst check to pass on this map will definitely be the third one. Or no, the worst check to be on this will probably be either the first or the second check, but once you have the first check, it's basically a home stretch. And we are seeing the same comp coming out from Pufferfish with that Cherry H3.
Looks like on the side of Calamari, we have HD3, we have the Rapid Blaster Pro Deco, an NZAP, and a K-Shot. And on the side of Pufferfish, we got a try. The Cherry H3 is back, as well as an NSAP and a V-Jet.
Yes, we're also seeing a L3 coming out an L3 coming out from the side of a Pufferfish.
Really strong start by Calamari here, really getting into the other team's face and taking over their plat as soon as possible. Let's see if they can do what we mentioned first off and get past that really hard checkpoint and make it really difficult for the other team to get lead again. But it looks like they're going to be slowly pushed out by Pufferfish here as they're deploying some specials. That was a really good pick by the Jet.
Indeed, the pack finds the Cherry and stopping is both from giving it. And the try is apparently in mid. I wouldn't have done that personally. That's gonna lead to a bit of a stagger side of Pufferfish still, but they do have man advantage though, for just a little bit.
Looks like Calamari's just trying to hold mid here as Pufferfish is slowly trying to inch their way back into mid to set up for a counter push.
Yes, and as you see, Pufferfish does have those missiles ready. They use them, but the pack finds the Cherry once again, is trying to find another pick, has not, but...
This Inkjet's really taking a toll on the other team, really forcing them out of their plat by surprising them right on that ledge. Looks like Calamari is going to set up another push as Try tries to flank from behind.
Trying, you could say.
I like that one.
That does force Zap to jump out, and we see that it is now time for I believe it is for Pufferfish to try and get their first push. Although that Pro Deco is just gonna kind of stop them out. It's gonna make this push harder than a lot harder than it really needs to be, and that is free down on the side of that was full weapon side of Pufferfish.
Completely destroying their push there. That's right.
Yeah, armor was deployed a bit prematurely by the Rapid. I would have preferred to see that saved, because it could definitely come in handy getting past the second checkpoint, because Pufferfish has now used their armor, and it's definitely going to try to stop this push.
Looks like Calamari still has the advantage here with 3v2, so numbers advantage on their side. They're really trying to see if anybody's on that snipe just to get them out, because they're a huge threat if someone were to surprise them. This is, like we said, this is the hardest checkpoint to pass, so let's see if Calamari can do well enough to really make it so that the odds are not in Pufferfish's favor.
Oh my god,
Pufferfish is blue. Yeah, Calamari's yellow.
Okay. Anyways, yes, after that mildly confusing bit, because I'm used to color lock. Yes, carrying on with that. Once again, a pack is ready. The L3 is gonna use it. It's gonna go on the wall, trying to find the pick trying to find a pick or do something with its pack. Unfortunately, does not find anyone. And the Cherry Tree uses bubbles yet again, but I think missiles are gonna kindly say no thank you and send them right back to spawn. This is now going to force the Jet to jump out to save its missiles. It'll probably use them right then and there.
This is not looking good for Pufferfish right now. Calamari has a huge advantage with about to probably get some other specials, but Pufferfish just so happens to get 2 picks on Calamari. Hopefully this stops their push so they can be able to get back into mid and be ready for a counter push.
And I believe one did. Yep. I believe that Zap had jumped out, meaning out all of I already forgot the team names again. all regroup. That's free down on the side of
Calamari.
Calamari. Yes, thank you. Meaning this now Pufferfish's turn to try and get another push. They can still flip this, but it's going to be a long road to them.
Yeah, very long road to victory that they have set in front of them. With only a special on their side and armor left over, let's see if Calamari has enough to take over this game, and they do.
And I can see the game is having trouble with someone on the tower.
Yes. Just so, close there. Pufferfish unfortunately gets stopped by Calamari. Calamari doing really well in this set, which makes them tie now to 1-1.
Meaning we are going into basically our set decider. Even though we have to play all 3 games anyways.
This is exciting. I love this matchup.
We are now on Rainmaker Sturgeon Shipyard.
Ooh, this is a tricky map. Let's just say that it might be very hard for a team to come back if a team gets an early wipe there and takes the left side of the map. But I really don't know what to expect. Both of these teams are doing really well. Just really depends on, I guess, which team is more accustomed to the map and what weapons they have with them that might counter the others.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be it's Rainmaker. This match is either gonna go the full 5 minutes or in 30 seconds. That's how Rainmaker is. We are also, I believe, waiting on Pufferfish to decide their members of the set, as there is an extra player in the room.
Looking at chat, we do seem to have some really unaccustomed people to comp, and I'm really excited that we have a lot of starting out Splatoon fans who are looking into it for the first time, especially with the Splatoon 3 around the corner. Just wanted to say hi to chat. Appreciate all of you for coming out.
Ah, yes, Splatoon 3 and the newcomers. Cannot wait. It's always nice to see the scene continue to grow.
Yep, for sure. I really am excited to see what this game is gonna bring us. Just like waiting in anticipation. I just want such a juicy game with really just a back and forth.
It'll bring us probably everything but servers.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing I'm annoyed we don't have still.
Hi, East Team. SPL.
Yes, but we are and never mind what I was gonna say. We should be getting on to game 3 now, as I believe the little lobby kerfuffle has finally ended.
Yep.
But yeah, Sturgeon, I'm kind of, Rainmaker more in particular, I'm more interested to see how the whole checkpoint thing works in Splatoon 3.
I'm not too fond of this map mode. It's definitely one of the Rainmaker modes where if you get a wipe, it is very hard to come back from that.
Yes, if you wipe right at the beginning of this, you are at a severe disadvantage.
But I guess we'll find out. I think both teams really need to play it patient in the beginning here, as to not let the other team get that really early lead, because then you're just, like, the entire game, you're just trying to come back from that. I'm really wondering if the Cherry H3 comes back. That's not a very common pick to use in comp.
It was common in Splatoon 1 because of its kit, but in Splatoon 2 not so much.
Yeah, I do have a friend who is a Cherry H3 enthusiast, and he can tell you all of the different ways that strategies that he uses in order to make the weapon really push it to its best ability. We did see those bubbles come in handy for, even though they can't really be used in a bomb combo. Those bubbles really did come in handy for creating space for the team to push in. So
it does, but I think that's kind of more Calamari, or yes, I believe it's Calamari, is kind of letting that happen, because personally the way I handle it is, if like with a weapon not having a bomb, you don't gotta fear the bubbles because they can't do anything with them. So So basically,
Let
the
the
way
games
I handle it
begin.
is just run at them because they can't pop them as quick.
Very risky play indeed, but it might pay off. All right.
Nah, we're gonna shoot it matter. It's fine. We're seeing a Octo Brush come out and a K Charger.
Looks like the green team, Calamari, is going to bring out the Neo Sploosh, which I don't think was there last game. I wonder how that Bomb Rush is really going to help the team out here. And it looks like, Team Pufferfish also has the Sploosh 7. I'm very excited to see how that will be used.
And as you see, they do have the first grab, and Snamp's gonna come out, try and stop that. Just will. Its hitbox is not gonna work. We are seeing.
Rainmaker slowly falls down the void as Team Pufferfish now has mid control. Let's see, they're already gonna take the left shorter route here. Let's see how big of a lead they can get from it, because Calamari is now spawning back in and trying to bomb out Pufferfish.
Indeed. I mean, they're doing a good job of stalling it, but the Rainmaker is still slowly pushing ahead. Hammer is coming out. It's going to try and find a pick. We are seeing 3 down on this. We are seeing a bunch of trades come out, leaving Pufferfish. I think this is still standing strong.
Very good lead by Pufferfish, all the way down to 24. I'm wondering how Calamari is able to get a better lead to see if they can beat that. Looks like they're bombing their way through mid, trying to get that mid control to really see what options they have available in order for pushing. But with 2 specials on the side of Team Pufferfish, it might be able to stop their push as they are slowly encroaching on the other team's pit.
Yeah, and I mean, we did watch the Sploosh dive in. The Splash diving in. It is causing havoc.
Just as I thought, the Hammer comes out from the Sploosh 7, making Team Calamari forcing themselves to go backwards, as they're really defending their right side here. But Calamari does get a pick. This might be crucial for the lead here, as they're slowly encroaching on the same place that Pufferfish took before. With that spinner down, really helps for the Rainmaker to be able to do a lot here. But instead, they fall into the void. Oh, poor thing.
Welcome to this game. We are currently seeing the. Well, never mind. The shot was gonna try and do something, but the Charger says no, thank you. You can go right back to spawn. The Charger is actually is pushing up, trying to find another pick, is wanting to push into mid. I would probably go back on that block if I was you.
Yep, looks like Pufferfish gets the pop here, and Calamari is going to missile the other team, hoping for some sort of pick or mid-control, and they do get a pick on the, on the
96 and the brush.
Yep, that was the number.
And the K-shot is now, starting to push up. Gets hit by, I think, some random 96 shots, maybe the Sploosh.
Oh, that's RNG for you, but they do get a really good pick on the 96 as Calamari is getting ready for their next push. They're really set on taking that left side. I'm wondering if they are.
The Charger is going to snipe the land.
Missed the landing somehow.
I believe just let go of the trigger too soon. Use the baller to survive. The only thing baller is good for. The
Calamari is going to take the right side here.
We're watching the back line duke it out, and the tier does come out on top. And Hammer?
I never see too many pushes on the sponge here. That's a surprising play by Calamari. They do get taken out. Yep. They do get
to just go far right and try and go through window.
Yeah, looks like they aren't planning, they're getting a little desperate, not really taking a slow push approach, but really just wanting to get lead as soon as possible. That might not exactly be in their favor, but we'll see what happens. Looks like Pufferfish is going to go for their second big push. They instantly get taken out by one of the members of Calamari, and it looks like with 54 seconds on the clock left, let's see how far Calamari can push, and I'm really excited.
And here And I mean, mostly now for Pufferfish, it's mostly just a game of playing more defensively, because they can just kind of wait this out.
Oh, for sure.
Meanwhile, never mind, Sploosh is just gonna say hello, leaving us in a 3v3 situation. The 96 does have its armor ready. The brush does find a pick. It's gonna almost find another pick, but the splash does get some help. The Splash goes for the Charger, finds a nice pick on the Charger. The 96 tries to get the shot, tries to find the Splash. Unfortunately, cannot.
Really good picks by the Splash here, letting their team just spawn back into mid with that mid control. They're trying to take top left again, as the game goes into overtime, and Pufferfish just trying to bomb out the other team, stalling to see as much as they can.
I believe the Swoosh wants to do something with its hammer.
Yeah, let's see if Pufferfish will get antsy enough to go for the Rainmaker here, as they do try to finally take the slow push option on the right side. And the game goes to Pufferfish. That's a nice game.
I believe they did end up using both hammers to take out the Rainmaker.
Yep. I didn't catch that, but that's nice.
When Stamp works, it works.
It works.
And when it doesn't, you cry.
Honestly.
That's why I don't play Octobrush.
Oh, I genuinely love Sploosh 7. I love Sploosh 7. I just like, it's not a weapon that I'll play like for if I want to play well. It's a weapon that I'll play when I would just want to run around the map.
And
that was a very good set. I'm very happy with that.
And well then, with that, we shall be heading into game 2 in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, the option of the K-Charger there. That was, really surprising for me. I think,
the
idea was...
a K-Charger would have had to have been when it was released and Brian played it in a scrim. I have not seen a K-Charger since then.
I do find it funny how both teams managed to have some of the most meta weapons along with some of the most non-meta weapons on the same team.
They're not exactly expecting to see show up. But
it makes for really entertaining content.
It's something. Anyways, so you're heading in. Anyways, I believe we're getting ready to head into game 2, which will be, if I can find it, it is Territorial Water Otters versus Double Capri Sun. Now,
I love that name. Double Capri Sun.
Now we have seen Territorial Water Otters before. We've seen them a few times.
Enlighten me here.
Let's see if I can remember, because it's been a while since I've commentated, but I remember. I believe they have placed in... They've either gotten close to or have placed in some of the higher, in close to top 3, but I cannot remember exactly off the top of my head if they have won yet. I know they are around... Yes, okay. Territorial Water Otters, last result I can find from this tournament would be week 11, where they got 3rd.
Ah. Looks like chat is really enjoying Capri Suns as much as I am. Yes, and that's certainly a name. Oh, I should have also noted, my bad, for our last set, a competitive calamari party did play last week, or previous weeks, week 17. So that should be noted. Yeah. Alright. Real quick. Okay, I think Elemental caught that.
Alright, and we are currently waiting on only 3 more members. That's looking to be from 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not talk about the map before I am trying to do stuff in the background of all this. We are heading. Our first game of round 2 shall be on the Clam Blitz. The Clam Blitz on Reef. I don't know why I moved the to Clam Blitz, but hey.
Clam Blitz on Reef. I always struggle on that map. I don't know about you. Reef is not always for me. But I do think it's a decent map mode. With the only problem that I have with Clams on Reef is that the area by the the goal can sometimes be is a little small, and so sometimes it's hard to depend if the other team just has a lot of special output. You get really
Yes, you
pushed
have
out
to
and you get
be-
backed up in the corner. Let's see if that's gonna happen in this game. I will be good. The other team, I'll be crying with them if that happens.
I mean, I don't know. My experience on Reef, considering the weapons I play, it's not too bad.
Yeah, as a person who sometimes plays K52, but for my team, it really is a lot about being able to hold bridge. Just a really crucial part of the map.
I primarily focus between K-Shot and K-Pro, so.
I find that a lot of teams don't take advantage enough of the left flank as much as they should. Really only leaving one direction to push in with, it makes it pretty predictable and easier for the other team to keep them out. That's the only advice I have to give on that map.
But also, as for someone who, from my experience with higher level scrims, I can say though you tend to quickly learn to be aware of that alley.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely in higher level scrims, probably more common.
It's because, from my perspective, the way you use it is you want to use it when preferably the other team is mostly embroiled with something else, but trying to get into the flank it makes you pretty open, especially to backlines, considering a lot of weapons in this game now like to hang back. So it's not exactly as easy to just get around that. And also missiles being the global special they are allows you to basically find flanks without really a second thought.
Can you remind me which team really quick is Water Otters and which one's Capri Sun?
Team Alpha is Capri Sun and Team Bravo is Water Otters.
Awesome.
And it seems Capri Sun is well, let's see here. You could calculate this a few different ways. You can either do this just a bunch of 2 times 2, or say there's just 8 members.
I really like how both teams do have a theme of 2. In this, we have the tag of Capri Sun, which is times 2, and we have the tag of Water Otters, which is just the word 2 in front of their names. Oh, that's lovely. I love that.
Indeed. You can also calculate double Capri Sun's name as either 8, as we see, either 8 players or 16 players, because 2 to the 4th power is 16.
Yep.
Anyways, that's enough math. I have my whole degree ahead of me with that.
Hams on Reef.
Oh.
Makes me sigh thinking about it.
I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I come to. I don't really remember what a Water Otters play, so I can't really say I expect anything, because I'm not sure what either of these teams play exactly.
I'm definitely expecting it to be a Booyah on at least one of these teams. Sometimes it's really crucial for really just opening up that space, because the space around the goal can be very small at times. Booyah's just really helpful into getting just the smallest bit closer to that basket. Alright.
Or alternatively, as I had happened to me in some random scrim, have the Booyah Bomb chucked at you.
Yep.
What you're seeing is that is a Splatling Deco.
As a person who likes the Splatling Deco quite a bit, I'm very excited. Looks like that's on the side of Capri Sun, as well as they also have the Custom Junior instead of the Vanilla Junior version. That's fun.
We're also seeing no Impew Bamboozler.
Wow, this team has really decided to go from a very non-meta perspective, and just the only exception to that being the K-Shot, as they get a really nice pick on the Water Otters here.
Okay, I don't know if the stream was lagging or if that K-Shot was lagging. Probably both.
That's
Carrying on
for you.
From that very weird interaction between the K-Shot. We see Capri Sun has found their first pick on the try. Mrs. having using the K-Shot. We've seen the Bamboo fighting the try is gonna have help from that K-Shot. They do find the pick. The Bamboos are almost dying to that.
Capri Sun does have
perma
3
brush.
specials up right now, so let's see if they are able to make a push, but with that brush being posing as a real threat, encroaching on their space, looks like they'll be getting picked off before they're even deploying their specials as Water Otters is trying to make that push.
A ball has been formed accidentally by the junior, almost finds a pick with the auto bomb. Meanwhile, the rest of Water Otters is beginning to push up. The K-shot is gonna go for the score. I personally would have just left it, honestly. That's basically a free pity for double Capri Sun. Sun is also giving them a lot of pain to work with now, with that full wipe.
I agree with you there. It looks like they weren't able to get a ball just right when they wanted to, and nobody was able to super jump into that, leaving one of the players on Water Otters able to do that by themselves. But it looks like Capri Sun's has a lot of pain on the ground, trying to create a push, build up specials. They do have 3 specials again. They didn't pop any last time. So I'm curious to see how this will go.
And well, as you see right there, the K-shot has gone down quite early to the try, meaning and so is Bamboozler, meaning this is Territorial Water's chance to try and make another push happen.
Capri Sun does really like to back up whenever they have just a slight numbers disadvantage, which might not do them well the entire time, but looks like Water Otters,
tries to score another one. Unfortunately, just was not given enough time. Meanwhile, the perma brush is just causing havoc. Just finds the score anyways. That is what hello, Tri-Slosher.
Really able to finally pierce the basket there, as Water Otters is just striving to continue the push, but eventually being pushed out all the way by Capri Sun. A lot of lag on the screen happening right now.
I believe someone is having internet issues on one of the teams.
Yes, this is a little bit hard to watch right now. But looks like Capri Sun also has 3 specials again.
Bamboo is jumping back to his teammate. Unfortunately, jumped into a really bad spot, in my opinion.
I have to say, Capri Sun has had a lot of specials, and I don't see many of them being deployed. They really... Finally, one gets deployed about Bubbles here by the heavy Deco. It is being used defensively.
This is giving Territorial Otters ample time to score, but I do not think they'll be scored. Okay, I think someone died with one clam. I got confused with where that clam went. Anyways, the heavy Deco has pushed up now. Now, taken over bridge. The brush is currently dead. The heavy is finding fall on someone. They were, I think, only 1 or 2 shots away from death. Finds the K-shot. This is a double Capri Sun's chance to push. The Tri-Slosher is gonna say no thank you though, and finds 2 of them with that. That is way more value than I think that Tri-Slosher should have ever gotten from that.
I agree. Looks like Capri Sun is going to prepare to keep bridge here, and they just really have to push eventually because they don't have any score right now.
He's behind them, but didn't even realize. Unfortunate. It does trade that out though, meaning once again, double Capri Sun is 2 down, given and they've once again backed up, which is giving Territorial Water Otters just ample room to paint, get specials, and just stay pushed up.
Capri Sun is really running their time here with only 15 seconds left. They're really playing it very patiently. That might be the way that they don't win this game, but with 2 balls on the side of Capri Sun, let's see what they can do. Looks like Pufferfish is gonna go for a
the brush almost gets it.
Pufferfish, 2 otters. Water Otters.
And the brush did go for it, but it couldn't get in time. The try that is currently, I think this might just be game.
Yep, Water Otters only has to play defensively here and really try to push them out of their basket, and they do, and they win the game.
And with that, game 1 has gone to 2.
Yeah, has gone to 2. 2 Water Otters.
Yeah, I'll definitely say one of Capri Sun's biggest problems throughout that game was just them backing up constantly. I can understand the thought behind it. Behind it is you're losing members quickly. let's play slower and let's back up, but you can't be giving them that much space. You have to keep your presence in mid.
I completely agree. They the moment they didn't have the numbers advantage, they would definitely really back up all the way back in their spawn, really letting the other team have that space. Even with when they all have specials, usually 3 of them had specials, and the one who didn't got picked off. So maybe that's just a note for next time. But it's still very well done by both teams. 2 Water Otters did quite a bit of flanks with that brush there, making the other team nervous, but only landing, really landing one of them.
I want to have a strong word with whoever made this map list. Game 2 is going to be on Splat Zone's Piranha Pit. I don't want to talk about it. So instead, I just cut literally anything else.
I'm a pretty big fan of heavy deco sometimes, but what I really am a big fan of heavy deco is heavy deco on Piranha Pit zones. I did a draft cup recently, not LPDC, but I did play that weapon on Piranha Pit zones, and I got 9 bubbles twice. And so that's what we ended up calling our team. We ended up calling our team 9 bubbles. Because in the scrim before the draft cup, I just went ham on the bubbles with the heavy deco.
I saw just to check. You did say earlier we have some newcomers at comp in the chat.
Yeah, looks. I saw some discussion about new members asking questions to some of the other members in chat.
All right, I feel free to give a tiny bit of coaching advice for the future, especially going into Splatoon 3. And I do think I'm decently qualified to coach, considering I have coached before and my div. I will say
just like a little self plug there.
That's more flex, but not. This is my sense of humor, but no.
Ask Kaiser to coach your team. She's a two player, guys. Come on.
I will offer, yes, if anyone wants, you are free to try and ask me for any advice. I can give some. I really have nothing to do apart from watch Ruby, so feel free to come ask me for coaching advice.
Oh yes, alright, looks like the name's second game's gonna start. Looks like Capri Sun is
Dynamo.
That's fun. Looks like the blue team is Capri Sun,
but I like it.
The blue team is Capri Sun and the green team is Water Otters. Looks like both teams are really just sticking to their side of the map.
Yes, and it looks like the first pick has actually. It looks like currently Double Capri Sun does have the advantage, meaning it's time for them to push up and establish control. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, K Dynamo, like the idea, wrong map. You should be playing this on Humpback.
Maybe, but let's just see what they can do with it. Looks like they're really focusing on some good special output in order to take the zone here.
Indeed, all
as
TO
2 Waters,
specials, but they haven't gotten anything from it. It's just a K Junior who goes down. That is a pull up on the side of TO. Wait, no, Territorial Water Otters. Jeez, brain.
Yep.
And with the Expo has pushed up into their drop, which I think is a really good spot for it to be in right now. Being able to just hammer their steps and Kagu, which is very important. And so far, I've found 2, I say, very good picks. Just kind of stalling Territorial Water from pushing back in. But currently the Water Otters is finding their footing. They are pushing in incredible. They are pushing in, getting the control back. Hammer has been deployed, and it's trying its best. And it does. And 2 have gone down the side of TO once again, meaning what just happened?
Blue 7 got a really nice pick on the Dynamo there, and the game goes.
and well, I guess
Capri
Sun did something right with that.
Yeah, that is
did something different. They stayed pushed up, and they just kept Territorial walked out.
Really different game from the first one that we saw. Instead of backing up, they really took advantage and just really came out and aggressively.
Indeed, they took a lot of
completely opposite of the first game.
I would say what definitely changed between that was instead of playing reactively, they played more proactively. be pushing up and taking the space.
I definitely agree. Very well done by Caprisun there, which makes me really excited for the third game to see who will take the set.
Game. And,
yeah.
And I'll say I definitely like that comp. Expo on Piranha Pit is always fun to watch and is very good there. Because it can just sit on Kagu and slosh up the zone.
Yeah, I
should clarify actually for the newcomers in chat. Kagu, for those who are unaware, is the little drop down area below steps. Basically, with the sponge you can use. It's that area you can use the sponge to climb onto. It is named after a good Luna player from Splatoon 1 who used to camp there a lot.
I did not know that.
Things you learn from being around in this community for a while.
I usually just call it like perch or snipe. Usually my team gets the idea.
Hey, to each their own. I'm used to calling it Kagu, so. But yes. Basically, we're now heading on to Ink Block. Yay. I don't have many nice things.
What's the mode?
I do not have any. It is TC Inkblot, a combo I do not have many nice things to say about.
TC Inkblot.
Oh, where do I begin with talking? Well, I should talk about the way I should talk about Inkblot. I don't like Inkblot because of the way you have to push back. Because working on TC is slightly better because you can push in and out. You can push in onto platform 2 different angles, one from the block and one from ramp. But I do not like Inkblot in general because normally you only have one way to push. You're either pushing out one way, which is either dropping into the fight, going or ending up far fighting, either just dropping in or fighting on low ground. Neither of which is particularly fun.
I agree. I think
especially if they have a backline.
Inkblot towers very, very linear paths just to reach the end, and it can be very tedious and feeling.
I mean, I'm talking more for like Rainmaker, which is why I don't like it, but I also do not like this map for splat zones as well. TC, it's alright, and so is Clam Blitz. I shall also note, before we talk about comps, a little thing to note about special point distribution on TC. The team who has a tower will be gaining 4.5 points per second as long as they have the tower. Meaning there are situations where even if you have lead, you might want to touch the tower to basically have that special charge.
Looks like Water Otters will get the first push here while taking a lot of mid control. The Explo really doing damage on the left side. Yep. As trying to really force the other team off of the left side so that they're able to take the tower into that position. But Capri Sun does pop a bomb rush in order to push out Water Otters out of mid.
I will say my main complaint so far is actually coming from a I believe it is Capri Sun. I think it was Capri Sun's K shot. They kind of they did feed a little bit towards the beginning, which is giving Tio the perfect chance to actually start a push.
Yep, looks like Capri Sun is gonna get even more backed up into their plat as Water Otters is slowly pushing with missiles.
And the bomb. A very nice trade, I'll say, though, from the Expo.
Yes, definitely.
It does stall their push, but not for long, as Tio is once again just back on pushing. But these missiles are gonna have to stop the push, as I believe that is the splash has gone down on the side of Territorial Water Otters. This is giving Capri Sun their chance to try and push back into mid and get that paint.
Oh yes, and looks like we have a 1v1 with K-Shot as the K-Shot runs away from the Mini's range here. The two of them trading and looks like giving more space to Water Otters to paint as they get into a 2v1. One of the members of Capri Sun one of the members of Water Otters does go down, giving mid to Capri Sun as they try to missile their way through their plat and take it out by a flanker.
The Tri comes in and takes out the Mini. It can probably find the other two if it is careful, and it finds both of them. I believe that is a quad from the Tri Slosher.
Wow, really well done by Water Otters here as they slowly push over the plat. Looks like there's a flank on this Mini here.
I said you gotta watch those flanks.
You definitely do. And as they bomb rush away, the plat only be taken out.
They sucked him off.
Yep, I definitely know how it feels to find a surprising bomb right next to me. It gives me the jump scare of my life.
I don't like what a teal just. I do not like a water otters did there. They just kind of gave. They basically just gave Capri Sun mid for free and kind of staggered themselves and lost a lot of special in the process.
I think that they were just going for points there, considering that they were at the second checkpoint. But it looks like Capri Sun's going to be trying to make a push into the other team's plat, just using that armor and bubbles to get an advantage, as they're getting threatened by the splash behind them.
The splash, the splash, K-shot, and the try are all back there.
Yeah, looks like a little bit of a massacre happening.
That is a full wipe on the side of Territory, and guys, the tower.
Well done by Capri Sun, as they have a lot of ink advantage on Water Otter's plat. Really taking advantage.
A burst one comes out, has found, and the mini finds too. This definitely means Capri Sun can't keep their push going. If it's just the mini, this is if you are double Capri Sun, you are looking in really good shape to just kind of get through to third check and keep going from there.
I agree. The only really threat they have right now is on the opposing team's left side. Having that control there, being able to come in and be able to enter plat without the jump scare from dropping down on the drop.
The things that does find a pick, but does get taken up by the K-shot.
Yep, and looks like Capri Sun is going to keep their advantage here on the plat, trying to save their push as much as they can.
I'm really confused okay, I'm confused as to what is going on. I would not, if I was a K-shot, I would be backing out. And I would not be letting my teammates jump in like that, but...
Looks like they're finally doing that, and getting the missile off on Water Otters as they're trying to hold on to mid as much as they can.
I do
really
like
being a threat to the other team.
I like the way that K-shot was positioning. It does find a good pick on the Flimsa, meaning they're not gonna have... Meaning they will only have one missile to splash. I think find the trade with the X-Blow, but I don't know why it was so far pushed up already.
Let's see if Water Otters can make the comeback of a century here by passing the next few checkpoints.
I don't
they're
think
being taken out by a couple of members of Capri Sun with that mini doing a lot of damage to their team on that snipe right there.
It is just I think that is game. The Expo just standing there because he realizes they were just like him trying to make history.
The game goes to Capri Sun. What a comeback for Capri Sun! Really showing. Learning from their first game and immediately switching up their playstyle to deal with this team. I am just completely dumbfounded and also very happy with this outcome. Very well done by them.
A very quick flip. I definitely say TC was the closest. I would say Territorial Water Otters had the win had they not all tried to break checkpoint like they did on their push.
I think so too. It was very entertaining set. I gotta hand it to Capri Sun. They really did a 180 and learned from that first game. And I think that's a really crucial skill to have as a team in order to change up your playstyle to match the other teams a lot better. So very well done by them. Really good games on both sides here. Water Otters also doing very good. Both teams, it's really fun to watch.
Indeed, that was a really good set, and we are as we should now begin to wait on game 3, which will be we're looking at Crab Rave versus Bitterling. I wonder if there's any bias towards as to why this match is getting streamed. I wonder.
I mean, I don't know the team, so you're gonna have to explain it to me.
Well, let's see here. Crab Rave, and last I checked, I believe one of them are staff here.
Oh, that is right.
This is a call out. Yes, Moon. I am calling you out live on stream.
Hi, Moon.
I don't know if you're in chat, but yes, you're getting called out. We're watching Crab Rave versus Bitterlings. I don't know too much about Crab Rave, beyond the fact Moon is staff here.
Yep. Before we start this, I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'll be back in like 30 seconds, if you would excuse me for a moment.
Alright. I suppose that just leaves me. Should I talk about something? Or alternatively, I could just not. I guarantee someone in chat says something. My apologies, chat. I do not have the Twitch link opened up.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I had a
Bathroom
very.
breaks are important.
I believe I had a very one-sided conversation with Twitch chat because I cannot see them.
You can always open it up in a browser if you have that available.
That I mean, I could, but that requires effort.
Okay. Well, it looks like we got a lot of people cheering for Bitterling in the chat. Just to fill the space, I wanted to ask how, because we have 41 people watching right now, how everybody's doing. We had a 44 peak, which is really nice. So people who are here watching the stream, listening to us, just type down how you're doing on this nice day. I just want to see how many people are here.
I mean, at least 2.
At least 2. Yep, us 2, right here. Me and Kaiser.
I'm not watching the stream though. So at least 1.
Yeah. Which is me.
But yes, as I was gonna briefly say before I got distracted by talking about other things because Inkbot decided to show up. As I was gonna say, advice I can give towards any newcomers in the game is what was my advice I always give? I have to think about this again, because I've not coached in a while.
Do you mind stating the maps again? I think I missed that.
I've not stated the maps yet, but I shall state them for round 2. I don't know.
I don't think it's round
I don't know
2
the map
though.
list. Well, round 3, correction, my bad.
Yeah.
Yes, but whatever the maps are for round 3, I do not know. So, I'll be just as surprised as you are.
Alright, let me go check them real quick then.
But yeah, I guess one thing I always say to a lot of people is, honestly, just keep going. You'll get there eventually, and definitely make sure you celebrate even the small victories.
I agree. It can be a little bit frustrating when you don't realize how far you've come, but only how much you've left to go. I think being able to recognize the small improvements that you've been doing is a really good habit to have as a Splatoon player, and a really good way to just keep going at it and getting better. Looks like for round 3, the first match is going to be Rainmaker on Starfish, followed by Clamblitz on Mako Mart, and then Spot Zones on Manta Maria.
Okay then.
But yeah, starting off with Rainmaker on Starfish. How do you quite feel about that, Kaiser? I personally...
Like
yeah, I agree. It is one of the Rainmaker maps, however, that you can, with a wipe, get really, really close to that just ramp, and turning that corner gives you really good advantage for the entire game.
Or alternatively, if you are in solo queue, you get a wipe and just spawn count the team for the rest of the game.
Yep. I definitely agree. It can be pretty easy. I think it's a little easier to KO on this map. Actually, sometimes with how close the goal is to the spawn point, and because of how close the ramp is to right in front of the path of, I think long range weapons can even from their spawn long range weapons can hit the ramp area there.
I will say that's why I also like to do the whole where you jump from ramp over onto the plat instead of going around.
I agree. I think it's the best way to do that because it's just the shortest way. Really trying to cut your way through, it gets you the most points, and it's obviously not right in the face of the spawning team. Although
I will also say it is not the end-all be-all definite. if given the chance, just run up the ramp. Okay, we are waiting on the password to be entered correctly. You're doing good.
Everybody say hi to Elemental, who's really doing a lot of the technical work here. Really just coming through and making our stream as best as possible. So yeah, if everybody could say hi to Elemental here, who's doing a lot of the work for us, that'd be great. Show some appreciation. They're amazing.
Okay then, while we wait on the password, we shall continue to find another conversation. Yes, I don't know, my brain is really tempted to say something about Ruby. This is not good.
Keep the Ruby inside. Keep the Ruby references inside. Kaiser, you can do it.
That's, annoying. Also, test failed, I made one. That's a line from the show.
Alexa Gia says in the chat, advice, have fun and make friends with the Salvins. I completely agree.
Speaking of friends, definitely one thing I can say about comp, it is more fun when you play on teams with people you are friends with.
Yeah.
that is how some of the best teams have formed.
I agree. I definitely think networking and really meeting new people will be very good for any team starting out, because the more people you meet, really, the more scrim partners you can have, and the more access you have to maybe getting a what's it called? A coach. Yeah, a coach for your team. So definitely any team starting out, networking and having someone who really goes out of their comfort zone to start hitting up some people in Discord, asking questions, being curious, does really well for starting out teams.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I said you can always ask me. I shall like always plug myself at the end of the stream during the credits. So I think we have credits this time. I'm not sure, but if not, I shall still plug my stuff if you're ever curious. As of now, we are getting ready to start the game. We're waiting on 2 more people to ready up on the side of Crab Rave. I almost said Crescent Rose. Oh my god. For the record, that is Ruby's weapon in the show.
Don't start with the Ruby references, Kaiser.
I can't help it. It takes up half my brain.
Alright, looks like our first game is just about to start with Rainmaker on Starfish.
Indeed, we already talked about this map, so we are just continuing to wait this out.
I can say I have seen Moon play Splatlings. That's the only weapon I know of this team in particular. But I do know that Crab Rave does have, I think, 2 subs in their team, so I'm wondering how that is going to affect their gameplay and their teamwork.
Indeed, Crab Rave has a before. I almost say Crescent Rose again.
I believe they have. Alright, well, looks like we're getting into the game here with Bitterling versus Crab Wave on Rainmaker on Starfish.
Indeed, so I can see someone likes the new idols.
And just as I expected, Moon is playing a Splatling, but she is playing the Heavy Deco. That is the second Heavy Deco we've seen in this tournament so far. Lots of love for the Heavy Deco, it seems like.
We are seeing Crab Rave has a double Splatling comp. And is that V-Shot? T-Tech?
It does look like a V-Shot, I will say. It's a little grainy from the footage that I can see.
It is a V-Shot.
That's exciting to see what they were able to do with that.
Hello, roller.
Bitterling's really getting a nice pick on Crab Rave here as they're going in for their first push.
The roller's trying to pick on the Splatling, cannot find it. 78 rail. They did not make it as far as I think they really wanted to.
I agree. This gave Crabray enough time to spawn in and get enough paint for specials going to really take a number on Bitterlings, but Bitterlings does have a pretty good lead now at 31 points.
Indian Crabray is constantly going down. It's exactly what I'm talking about on this map. You can just get in their spawn and sit there.
I agree, especially with this try doing a number on your team, getting a trade.
And the CJ is wisely backing off. And this is now Crabray's turn to push up and get paint. Hopefully not, and also not let the roller get in.
I agree. They definitely need as much paint as possible to really make sure that the roller does not have room to sharpen their team. Looks like one goes down on Bitterlings as they slowly back up. Let's see if Crabray can make a push here right now.
I think the roller is still behind them. Yep, the roller was still behind them.
Good flank by the roller. Crabwave is going to set up for another push now because they do have quite a bit of mid control. That's all I can say really right now.
Yes, as we watch the Splatling stand there menacingly.
I will say I really do love Spotting Deco on some maps. It's better than you think it will. Obviously, it's not a very meta weapon.
I'm personally questioning it here on this mode.
I agree. I think
C-Jet.
I agree. The C-Jet's definitely the more advantageous pick here. I usually always go C-Jet on this map.
Even if V-Heavy is a better choice right now.
Crabray not getting the pick that they want to.
Oh, well.
And going down, taken down by Bitterlings as Crabray is struggling to find a good entrance point to get their push going on. But looks like they'll be taken out by that roller, doing very well on their picks. 2 splashdowns in this whole game.
Oh yeah.
Really much more than 2 more splashdowns than I'd expected to see.
Actually, no question. There's been 3 splashdowns this game.
3 splash. No, I meant like weapons with splashdown.
Oh, well. Still someone we're leaving just the V shot up, who is gonna do that. I wouldn't have done that personally. Well, yeah, that's why.
I will say the Bitterlings was trying to come up with another push here, even though they already have a dis-12. They really are looking to see if they can find the KO there. But Crabray was doing a pretty well job of keeping them out because they learned from the first time. I will say that they're
definitely doing better, but I don't like the fact they all keep bunching up in their court. That is the worst thing you can do on this map.
Yep, let's see if they're able to get mid-control again. They do find a pick on one of the members of Bitterling, and the C-Jet pops their array, seeing if they can finally pop Rainmaker.
And the Zap and the K-Shot incredibly close to dying, just barely dodged the rain, and is going for the V-Shot currently, but is in a crossfire. I would probably jump out in this situation.
Looks like they are very determined to find a pick, eventually backing up because one of their Tri-Slosher died, and 3 members of Crabray went down. 2 of them are currently respawning, trying to throw bombs to keep them out of the area as the Tri-Slosher does get a pick on the good pick on the Rainmaker.
I don't think that was worth it,
stalling the other team's push. Yep.
It was not worth it though, as throwing the roller is now just as picked off another meaning of the Crabray is still incredibly staggered. The bomb finding 2 people, and the CJ is just gonna back off to get its array probably.
Yep, good choice by the C-Jet there. Crabray was trying to create some space here because they currently don't have much to play around with. They really are granting a lot of the members of Bitterlings a lot of play space to work with and getting picked off because of it. But looks like they are gonna try to make the overtime push happen.
With Moon
Bitterling is
hurry back and grab it. I don't know.
Oh.
What? I never saw the message they lost it.
I believe the roller was behind them.
Well, yeah, someone died, but I never saw the message that we lost the Rainmaker.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh.
But yeah, just like I said, giving roller a lot of play space to work with did cost them the game.
Especially considering that opening push was definitely not what Crabray wanted to have happen right at the start of the game.
I agree. And it was how we predicted. It's really hard to come back once they are pushed back into their spawn.
And we're now heading onto Clan Blitz Makomart, which is...
I like Vibrant Midnights in the chat here. A message, B-Roller playing on Bitterling, huge W for the roller community. I definitely think it is an interesting pick. I do like it when there are weapons that you don't normally see in tournaments being showed and displayed. Especially in a good light, really does give hope and joy to a lot of the members of certain weapon communities.
Of course. Anyways, we're back on Clan Blitz Mako, which is... Well, we're back on Mako with Clan Blitz. It's alright.
I do appreciate Clan Blitz on Mako as a person who likes playing around with Squeezer a lot. Bubbles can be very deadly on this map when used in the right way, especially bubble combos, which how small the map is, and just really the space in front of the goal in general being really hard to back up for the other team, considering that you're just right up against the wall.
And we're getting on to the second game in the match.
I'm excited to see if the heavy deco will come back on the side of Crab Rave. We'll state the teams beforehand just so the chat has a little more clearance on it.
We're seeing a Hydra Veep. We're seeing double rain, armor, and I think missiles from the side of Crab Rave, and armor looks to be armor, missiles, rain, splashdown from the side of Bitterlings.
Yep, looks like the yellow team, Crab Rave. I do like to see Hydra pick here. It definitely gives a lot of range to a map that is just like so quite smaller. Looks like Bitterlings is gonna have more mid control at the start of the game, with both teams having one down. As they do get a score on the goal.
The roller just kind of got through.
Yep. However, they don't manage to make any other clams in the basket, which means they do give the other team a free pity, as they only make it to 80 points.
This is... Yeah, definitely plays like that are not something you want to be doing in Clan Blitz. It's just giving the enemy team a free clam to start their push. It also puts you at a bit of a disadvantage because you won't be getting any special charge off it.
Ivysaur, the Charge Slosher, really getting into the other team's face here, trying to find a pick in order to make the push in, and they do find it, but it unfortunately gets picked off by the Brush, who gets picked off by this, the Clash Blaster.
And the Clash on another pick, which, speaking of which, Clash Blaster, not a common choice.
I do like it. I think it's very underrated. I know a lot of people who hate it, though.
It's fine on Sturgeon.
Looks like Crab Wave does find some really nice picks on Bitterlings here as they make a push into not quite being able to score quite yet, with their push unfortunately being stopped by a really nice pick by Bitterlings, as they are able to just get one power clam in.
Nope, the pro tried, but unfortunately could not do it because of Clan Blitz's pickup latency, not latency, pickup frames.
Yup, and looks like they were able to get it, just not able to get the lead, but able to get one power clam in, with Bitterlings having 80 points left, and Crab Raid having 81.
What I'll say is they're definitely not the type of pushes you want to be doing on Clan Blitz. One power clam pushes are not that. Hello, roller. Are definitely not what you want to be doing. You're basically just giving the other team like a free clam and whatnot. And
I agree. It looks like Bitterlings is able to make another one power clam push. I don't see any other members currently near the basket.
The only
looks
other
like they do have a power
roller.
clam in mid, but unfortunately gets taken out by members of Crab Rave as they're trying to take back mid in order to be able to make a counter push here. The Clash Monster is being slowly pushed out by V-Jet. Both teams doing pretty good on both sides. Pretty close game so far. And yeah, Kaiser, take it away.
Yes. For the most part, it's been even, mostly because both teams just kind of keep going for that one clam push, which is just, you can win doing that strategy, but it's not what you want to do. Because
I don't think it gets you very far, because if the other team just has enough clams, they can pretty easily beat that lead.
And
so
by enough, you mean one.
yeah. And looks like Bitterlings is gonna try to come up with some specials here, being picked off by the Clash Blaster on the side of Crab Ray. They do have armor, but are unable to, just so barely made a power clam in order to score some points here. With the Junior getting picked off by two members of Crab Ray, which stopping their push entirely.
Now, with that, Bitterlings does have a bit of a better push. They do have some points to play with. But still, one clan pushes.
Yeah, it looks like neither team has passed 50 points so far. Neither of them really getting a huge lead here or anything. With Bitterlings trying to push their way back into mid, just getting clams. I will say some of the clam spawns on this map can be a bit frustrating with how small the map is. That Roller getting a really nice pick on Crab Rave there as they're trying to build their specials and enter their zone.
This is... Blackman comes out.
This is the best push in the game that we've seen so far, made by Bitterlings, really getting up into the Crab Rave's face, getting into their spawn, trying to score some more points, but unfortunately, they do just have 4 clams. Let's see if they can make it in time. They do find those 4 clams into the basket,
meaning this,
as Crab Rave is trying to push them out.
Bitterlings is going to try and go in to end this. I think they might. They are trying to end this.
And they just so miss! The game goes into overtime. Let's see if they can make this in. And they do! With the game going to Bitterlings.
And, oh yes, and also correction. My bad. I meant splash up, because splash down goes up and not down. That was... weird. I'm just gonna say it. It's not... It's not exactly the type of clam that I'm used to saying on that match. On that map.
Yep, I agree. There was definitely some interesting weapon picks made, but I really think it did work out for the best. Bitterlings getting a really nice ending there. Really just finished off the game in one of the best ways possible.
Anyways, we are heading on to game 3, which will be Spot Zone's Manta Maria.
Yep. Zoned on Manta. I will say sometimes it's really hard to come back in if you're pushed out all the way to your spawn area on this map, especially.
This map is lockout central. Especially, you want to keep control of street and your bunker.
I will say that this map isn't really used in many tournaments. I do not remember the last time I played this in a tournament at all. But back when I played mostly backliners, I did play a lot of remakes on this map. So I'm curious to see on what long-range weapons are gonna pop up. Especially with Moons, considering they play spot lanes, I'm wondering what pick she's gonna make.
Yes, for the most part, we're just kind of we're waiting on one more. This map is, I mean, it's mostly the main issue for it is it's very lockout heavy, and the only real way to push back in is through using your specials.
Yep, I completely agree.
It's gonna become the main trend with Splatoon maps. Is it's just kind of awkward, because a lot of them require specials to push in now. Which is why I feel the game has become more special orientated, but also the fact that specials are incredibly cheap in this game.
Yep, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people were very disappointed from the missiles coming back in Splatoon 3. I did see a compilation of reactions to that, and it was very funny. It gave me a good laugh. All right, looks like we're
favorite
heading
mascot
into
on Twitter.
game 3. Zones on Manta Maria.
Indeed, and away we go.
CR Moon, sticking with the Sea Hydra. I'm wondering how well it's gonna play out for
And
her
we're gonna be
team.
seeing a bit of a roller duel.
Yup, with rollers on both teams. Dom's carrying the Vanilla Carbon. Or actually, no, that's the hero, right? Oh, they look so similar. Is it the hero?
It's Hero.
It is the hero! I was wrong.
I think you might be colorblind.
No, it's just this stream's a little grainy.
Anyways, we're seeing just the V Pro left who's gonna try and keep itself alive. I would jump out in this case if I was playing Pro.
Yup,
Because,
Bitterling's having a really good advantage here, just getting 2 picks on Crab Rave, really pushing into their drop, making sure they can't drop on their team. But it looks like the roller got a really nice pick on one of the members of Bitterlings as they're slowly getting pushed back, but they're able to save the zone, completely demarcating Crab Rave's push here. As they're trying to keep their zone and keeping that lead with no penalty above them, they're going just right past 50, killing a lot of members on Crab Rave.
Leaving left on Crab Rave just to try and the roller. And it's the try play is doing his part of playing behind a wall, trying not to die. Does find the Junior, but unfortunately the Jet is there to just pick it off. The Jet back into Missile. I am not sure who it missiled exactly.
Yup, and it looks like Bitterlings is gonna set up, just play really defensively since they have 36 points left to go. The roller getting a really nice pick on the V-Pro there, but getting picked out by CR Moon. Trying to keep the bunker on their side, but unfortunately going down to the other team's Junior,
Taking
who
a bit
is
of
doing a pretty good job playing aggressively.
And I believe
on the
that
side
is
of Bitterlings.
game in 3, 2, 1.
Yep. Nice
Once
games
again.
by Bitterling and Crab Rave here. I do think Crab Rave did have the disadvantage with having 2 subs on their team, not being able to quite play to their best ability because of the new players and really just accounting for a new different type of playstyle that they might have not been used to. But really well done by both teams. Bitterlings coming out with a 3-0, and that is the end of the set.
Indeed. Also another thing of note was them just constantly getting themselves staggered and not really trying to regroup and use specials to push in, which gave Bitterlings a chance to push up and just kind of keep control.
I do think Crab Rave did lose a little bit of hope there, might have lost focus, and that's why that might have happened.
But with that concludes our Swiss, and we shall be back for, what is it, Top Cut?
Yep,
Call it.
that is our 3 rounds done. It looks like we're going to be waiting for Top Cut to be seated, and then we'll go on with that.
Yes, so we shall be back in a little while.
driving me, can't you love me? Lay down, do you ransom? Oh, I gotta do so that I know is that ransom. Driving me, can't you love me? Lay down, do you ransom? Oh, I gotta do so that I know is that.
This was new to me, started so casually, and I thought we had agreed there'd be no exclusivity. I thought that we were cool. I didn't know you were catching feelings. Let me take this time to apologize for anything I did that made you think otherwise. I am not the one, I'm trouble and fun, not looking for love, but I guess you didn't know. Guess you didn't know. Oh, I guess you didn't know. Guess you didn't know. How would you wanna be? Ooh, baby, can't you see? There ain't no guarantee. There's only casualty. You thought that I would change, but I'm staying the same. I don't wanna fall. Let me take this time to apologize, 'cause I have no intentions of staying by your side. I'm not your girl, I'm lost in this world, not looking for somebody to hold, but I guess you didn't know. Guess you didn't know. Oh, I guess you didn't know. Guess you didn't know.
there's no way to hide it. We won't say goodnight, and I don't know what you're doing to me. I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, and I'm not sorry. I don't know what you're doing to me. There's no way to hide it. We won't say goodnight, and I don't know what you're doing to me. I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, and I'm not sorry.
know why since I've been
And we're back! Just getting ready for Top Gun here. Looks like we have a really good variety of teams joining us, the top 8 for Top Gun. As we're about to start pretty soon, I'm very excited. I'm rooting for Capricin right now. I really like their turnaround that they did in their set that we looked at. But there are some teams that we have not streamed yet that I'm also very excited for.
As I said, I have no horses in this race.
Alright then. Well, looks like we're just waiting for the room to be made up. I'm not quite sure who we're streaming first yet. Looks like that might be still being decided. But I am very excited to see who will make it to finals. I have a couple of guesses. We haven't streamed Anti-Champion nor Overtime yet, so as well as Elementatas. Is that how you pronounce it? Elementatas. So I can't wait to see those teams, see how well they're gonna do.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're about to see 2 of them right now.
Yep.
As soon as the room is made. Anyways, what are the stages?
I can tell you that. The stages are, for quarterfinals, we have Tower Control on Sturgeon Shipyard, Rainmaker on Snapper Canal, and Clam Blitz on Humpback Hump Track. So we're starting off with Tower Control on Sturgeon. Another Sturgeon map. I do like this one a little bit more than I like, Rainmaker. It is, however, very condensed in the same area. The whole entire path of the tower really leaves no surprises in flanks and other ways that people can go and take advantage of it.
You'd be amazed at some of the things I've seen.
Yeah.
And some of the things I've done.
I think maybe for starting out teams, it's hard to find those different areas to go on this map,
Definitely.
considering how linear the tower path is.
Definitely. But as I say, when there's a will, there's a way.
Yep. How do you feel about the next map, Rainmaker on Snapper?
It's alright. Like, it's Snapper.
I think it's definitely one of its more stronger modes. I do quite like Clam Blitz a little bit more, but I noticed that with Rainmaker on Snapper that a lot of lower level teams sometimes will leave mid-open, and because getting pop in that map isn't really considered to be advantageous, they sometimes leave mid-open and pop to the other team, which can make for some really funny plays. That has happened quite a bit of times, I've noticed.
Just because pop is important doesn't mean you shouldn't try and go for it.
I agree, but that's for the next match. I'm wondering how many raids we're gonna see on Tower on Sturgeon, considering that it's pretty advantageous with the line of path from the tower. That second checkpoint really being in like a pit of 3 different sides where people can drop down on you. Being hard to really pass that point on the map.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tight squeeze to get through there.
I agree, and if you have a special like bomb rush or something, or missiles, it can be very lethal to teams being at that second checkpoint there.
That's why usually on that map it's best to try and push up into their window and get control of that area.
Yeah, I completely agree.
We are still waiting on the room.
Yep, I would like to say a huge thank you to the 31 people who are still watching, and I think the number is only going to go up until we get closer and closer to Grand Finals. The run that we have is single elimination, so I doubt that many of you guys are gonna see some big comeback being made here, but I'm really excited.
Gosh. All we can do right now is wait, and that's the kind of the problem.
I will say it is best of 3, so this will
Yeah.
might go by a little bit quicker than anticipated.
Yes, this first quarters will go by fairly fast. Mhm. Do, 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 do.
Yay! Lobby made.
Alright, and we are now into the lobby, and we now wait for the match to begin still. We've kind of said everything we have to say right now, so...
Hello, Luke. Alright, so now we have our first teams of Top Cut. I'm very excited. This is overtime against Elementatas. I don't know too much about any of these teams, but Elemental, if you want to come in and say something about Elementatas. Alright, I guess we're not gonna get much out of him, but Elemental. Oh, they won't be able to hear you. Alright.
Yeah,
Elemental did say that this is a pickup team that they helped create.
To my knowledge, I think Overtime has played before, but I just can't remember.
They did get 4th place last week, so that's exciting to see how far they will come this time.
We're still waiting on 3 more people to join the room.
Yep. Sorry this is taking so long, guys. Just having a little bit of delay issues here, but we'll get started up very, very soon in this next game. I would say we're about 2 or 3 minute wait before we get started into the game, with the first game being Tower on Sturgeon. I like that people in chat complimenting the graphics. The graphics are done mainly by Div on the team of Ink in the System, one of my really close friends, and a lot of other people in Ink in the System also helped out with the graphics, really making it the best it could be. I absolutely love it.
I believe Sauce also handles part of the graphics.
Yes, they are definitely, I've been in their server quite a bit. They're definitely a team that has a lot of artists, and so it's always really exciting to see what they're coming up with.
Alright.
I will say, Luke, if you're wanting that to happen, you can always look at the application forms for staff. We have that in the server posted pretty much everywhere. If you ask and help desk, you can get it and send that to your friend if you'd like.
I'm pretty sure that link gets posted like once a week.
Yeah, it's pretty. You can find it in most places, and if you just ask, they will give it to you very quickly. But yeah, you do have to be part of the staff team in order to help out with From the Ink Up.
Well, thank you to my drink for giving me an unexpected shower.
Alright, looks like we're waiting on a couple of seconds for people to ready up while we're going into this first game of Tower Control on Sturgeon Shipyard. This is the second Sturgeon game that we've had so far in From the Ink Up. And with the first one being Rainmaker, being pretty eventful. I do really like this map. I'm glad it's coming back to Splatoon 3. So yeah, let's get started.
Alright, and away we go.
First match for Top Cut.
And once again, as noted, this is best of playoff free, so we shall only be seeing potentially 2 games of the set, depending on how well each team plays. And we're seeing we're seeing almost a Kenza squad. We're just missing a Kenza splash.
Looks like, overtime is going to be pushing into the zone pretty quickly. I think I might have the teams wrong. Oh no. I got this. Alright, I got it.
Okay. Yes, so do I.
It looks like overtime is getting a mid-control here, getting a couple of picks off of Elementatas. Doing really well to get the kind of picks that they need to get control, but one of their teammates goes down with a trade. As both teams are kind of struggling to make a really to take control of the map here.
Indeed, but as you say that, it is time for I believe this would be.
I think
this is overtime.
Really?
If we
Love how immediately I just forget. Hold on.
Japanese characters, yeah, that's overtime.
Oh yeah, that is it. Overtime. So
yes,
overtime.
Yes, overtime is you getting their first push. Unfortunately, it's not in overtime, but but that doesn't matter as the Inkjet finds a nice direct right onto. I think that was the shot.
Really good picks by the Inkjet here. They're slowly getting pushed out by Elementatas. That Machine does a really good pick on them, but they do have a bomb rush trying to get their plat painted in order for them not being able to push back in. They are all the way to checkpoint 2, which is looking really good for overtime here. Oh, the Tritus is a nice pick and gets picked out by the...
What happened to the tower?
They do retreat after one of their teammates goes down.
Yes, and the slash, and the 2 picks from the C-Tech at the same time. It tries to make it if it makes it a triple.
Overtime here with 3 players on both sides of the field right now. Trying to get another push going. They do have a 26 lead. Very looking good for them right now. As armor gets popped out on the side of Overtime, they're trying to push into the plat, painting up as much as they can. They don't really take the ride the tower too far, and they are getting slowly but surely delayed by Elementatus, who are doing a decent job at stalling here.
Yeah, so Overtime has a lot of control of their entire core and is actually now a 2v2 meet, which is gonna kind of which the Zap's gonna back off because it has its armor. It's gonna try and save that for its teammates for when they all get back into mid. But it's still gonna play around the tower.
Let's see if Elementatus can get the control that they need here in order for them to make their starting push with only 86 on their side. Looks like they'll be picked off. 3 of them would go down by members of Overtime. It's looking really good for Overtime here, with no like real strong pushes coming outside of the Elementatus. I'm wondering if they'll be able to get the space that they need to be able to actually make a decent push past the first checkpoint.
Yes, and the splash is just kind of shirking in mid. So you might try and make something happen once the team is back up.
We're seeing a lot of trades happen on both sides of the field here. With the machine doing a number of them, doing really well, getting those directs, helping out their team a lot with the picks that they need in order for them to move forward. On the side of Elementatus, let's see how well they can do against a Try, though. As a Try slowly pushes out and gets picked off by the K-Shot. Winning Elementatus the middle here as the 2 of them, and the Firefin gets the collat. Really well done by Firefin on Overtime here.
I believe watch the clip occur.
The Firefin has gotten many really good picks this game, doing a number of their team as they jump out, being forced out by Elementatus, as they're struggling to keep their pit and their zone just by the Octo Shot here, really doing a number of them, being a real threat to them.
Yes, and the Zap we also cannot forget the Zap, who is just kind of being a nuisance. Is more or less, like, I'm not even gonna deny that's kind of what it's doing. Finds 2.
And looks like the game goes to Overtime. I will say that it is quite what I expected, considering the levels of some of these teams.
And a 21 bomb from the Zap. Hey, we are heading on into game 2, which is Snapper Rainmaker. I think. Yes, Snapper Rainmaker, it indeed appears to be.
We did say a couple of things that happened on Snapper Rainmaker with lower level teams.
While Pop isn't as important here as it is on some maps, Pop does still give one person that they're special, which
I do quite like this map mode. Just for the left side being able, like, it's a lot like Surge and Rainmaker in the way that there's like a slow push available path, and there's more of a, if you have advantage take mid. It's a little, that's like the opposite on the Surgeon though, with the middle path being the slower push and the side path being the path you take when you have advantage, just for points.
yeah. It has a couple of different ways. It has like, well, more like 2.5 different ways of pushing, because 2 of them occur in the same spot. Just one is more safer than the other.
For sure.
You also have the ability. You can also jump from the block if you need like a last second point gain.
Yeah. There are like tricks on both of these maps to get just like a small lead. Like you can hide in the corner of this map where the block is. If you push through the corner, you get just like a little bit more points. I'm curious to see if any team will make that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, starting out on the side of Elementatus, we have the K-Shot, Tri-Slosher, the C-Jet, and the Neo-Splash. And on the side of Overtime, we have Sploosh 7s coming back, lovely pick, and also the N-Zap, and also 2 other weapons that I can't quite see because of the grainy footage.
I believe one of them is a K. I believe one of them is a K Charger. Yes, it is a K Charger.
Is
So we're
it?
seeing another K Charger. Yes. And the K Charger is
That is true, that is a K-Charger. It's the second K-Charger of
And
Tourney. Overtime getting a really nice push here. Slowly trying to make their way up.
unfortunately, Stingray says, "What the? Okay, hi Charger."
Alright,
The
it looks
Stingray
like
said no, and the Charger said bonjour.
and the Rainmakers goes down as Elementatus slowly pushes out Overtime here.
And well, you hate to see it. the pot finds the sploosh. Another another race from the C-Jet. I think that raid was used way too early, and it's being used in the not personally where I would use it.
Yeah, Elementatus is going down while Overtime gets a lot of picks on them, able to need. That was a nice shot by the K-Charger.
A really good angle. Yeah,
this Charger really doing a number on the team. Look, as they get another pick
I mean,
on their
K-Charger
top.
is the more aggressive Charger out of the 3.
I will say, having a Charger that's not known for being a more aggressive, really just showing off, is really entertaining.
It's definitely interesting to see a seeing not 1 but 2 K-Chargers.
And ends up gets a good flank, killing nearly 2 members, getting pushed out by one of
the
them.
raid.
Yeah. Luckily, another member of Elementatus was just so able to protect their raid. Charger getting a melee snipe on one of the members of Elementatus, and they just so nearly get the KO, but as Elementatus pushes Overtime out of their fun and finally taking the Rainmaker, looks like they want to reset it here, but they're not.
But they opted not to.
Yeah. Looks like they want to use the Rainmaker in order to gain more space, since that's their biggest trouble here.
And the Splash and the Splash is trying to watch behind them for any flanks, just to make sure.
Looks like Elementatus is trying to take the left here, or maybe going to the right. Just trying to find a viable way to get closer to the other team's gold.
Overtime does have all 4 specials ready and has used 2 of them.
Yep, they don't get. They finally get the Rainmaker. That's the only pick that they get here. Except they get another one. They get 3 members down. Yep. The Inkjet being deployed a little late there, wasn't able to find one, but looks like they're really taking advantage of their specials here to get as many picks as possible.
And the Hammer finds 2 and tries to Kobe.
Delayed wipe, and they get the KO!
And that is game.
That is the whole set going to Overtime. They did really well with really well in the first game. Weren't able to get a KO, but also just really did a number on their team. And with the KO on the second match, really looking good for Overtime here. I'm curious to see if they get into finals. But with this round over, we're gonna move on to our next round.
Which is now we go into semis.
Yeah, semifinals. Looks like the maps we have. This is best out of 5, by the way. We have Splat Zones on Anchovy, which will be our first map. And then Tower on Starfist main stage. I'm gonna keep the rest for later, since considering we may have a potential of 5 games here. But Kaiser, how do you feel about Splat Zones on Anchovy?
No.
No. I'm biased towards Anchovy. It's one of my favorites. I actually do like this map mode. Contrary to popular belief.
The only maps you will hear me ever speak good of are Splatoon 1 maps.
I see. So we have a little bit of a Splatoon 1er over here. I feel like that's the equivalent of like Pokemon Gen 1ers. That's what they call them. The ones who like the ones who only like Kanto. There's like equivalent in Splatoon where it's just the people who only like Splatoon 1.
I'll have a lot more to say come Splatoon 3. Such as, for example, Mom, they squished Flounder Heights.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw people talking about that. I never played Splatoon 1, so being finally able to play the Splatoon 1 maps for the first time.
Flounder Heights is so squished.
I'm still excited though, because I just hear people talk about like Mahi and Flounder and Museum del Poncino, and it's just like it's a Splatoon person who entered a comp through Splatoon 2. Just really anticipating playing on those, because like people talk great things about them all the time. I want to see what's so good, you know.
Well, unfortunately, you're not gonna get the true Hammerhead Bridge experience because Nintendo decided to give us Hammerhead, but not the bridge part.
I mean, the bridge is completed.
There's not a great over the middle of the entire map, though.
Drop my mic. I don't know if you heard that.
Unless Nintendo also decides to add the bridge part of Hammerhead Bridge later, like League. Okay, then that's a ring.
Driving me, can't you love me without do you listen? Oh, I gotta do so that I know is that listen. Driving me, can't you love me without do you listen? Oh, I gotta do so that I know is that.
This was new to me, started so casually, and I thought we had agreed there'd be no exclusivity. I thought that we were cool. I didn't know you were catching feelings. Let me take this time to apologize for anything I did that made you think otherwise. I am not the one, I'm trouble and fun, not looking for love, but I guess you didn't know. Guess you didn't know. Oh, I guess you didn't know. Guess you didn't know. wanna be. Ooh, baby, can't you see? There ain't no guarantee. There's only casualty. You thought that I would change, but I'm staying the same. I don't wanna fall. Let me take this time to apologize, 'cause I have no intentions of staying by your side. I'm not your girl, I'm lost in this world, not looking for somebody to hold, but I guess you didn't know. Guess you didn't know. Oh, I guess you didn't know. Guess you didn't know.
And we're back just in time for semifinals, with the first match being Spot Zones on Anchovy Games are about to see here. The two teams that we're streaming right now is Pufferfish Party versus Anti-Champion. We haven't seen Anti-Champion yet. Pufferfish Party already being streamed. But I will say that Overtime versus Elementatas, our last streamed game, was the only teams that had a 2-0. The rest of the teams here in this first round all went 2-1. So I'm excited to see the competitiveness of these next couple of games.
Indeed.
Alright, as we're waiting for everybody to ready up in this new game of Spot Zones on Anchovy. I'm excited to see what weapons are going to be pulled out here. This is a map where I see a lot of teams going very, very ink heavy. To contest zone, it's just a lot of ink heavy weapons. Which team can paint more? It seems to be part of the meta of this map and specifically. As well as weapons that can paint the zone from plat are also favored generally on this map.
Painting and range are heavily favored here.
Yep.
And leader.
I agree. I'm wondering if we can see a leader pop out of any of these two teams. That would be. I don't remember which other team also had a. What's it? I'm blanking out. Ken's what the? What was it? The Ken's charger. I'm hoping it's in one of these two, but I forgot which team had that. I wanted to come back just because some of the weapons on these like kind of the more niche weapons in this tournament have been very fun to see how they get played.
And the fact I've seen 2 K chargers in one day is enough for a lifetime.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're about to start the match with Pufferfish Party and Anti-Champion.
A V Blaster is here.
V Blaster. Oh, that's fun to see. And looks like we're gonna start with Pufferfish going with V-Jet and Zap, the V Dually Squelchers, and Kenza Octobrush. With Anti-Champion going with Foil Squeezer, the Octo Shot, a Bloblobber, Deco,
and a V-Blaster.
And a V-Blaster. Looks like Anti-Champion's gonna get the advantage here, getting a couple of picks on Pufferfish Party. Or is it the opposite? Did I say
no, this is Pufferfish Party having the advantage currently.
Alright, as they cap the zone, first one's getting the lead here. They're not quite pushing into plat yet, but they're just making sure that they have enough space to work with, really covering everything that they can as they get pushed out of the map by Pufferfish Party.
The Jet's gonna hang back for the most part and just keep its missiles. Keep painting the zone. The Zap is going in. It's gonna end up in a freebie one.
A little bit of overextension there on the side of Anti-Champion, but maybe they'll give the advantage to the Pufferfish Party to take over the zone here, as Anti-Champion has got it all the way down to 11. But they just don't have quite the paint to take over the zone quite yet, and finally they take it over.
They take it over, but
with 3 going down
down inside of Pufferfish.
On 3 going down on the side of Anti-Champion, actually. As they do get pushed all the way back in their plat. Pufferfish Party not quite going on their plat yet. Anti-Champion trying to get some special output in order to go back into mid. This Inkjet really being a threat to some of the members on Pufferfish Party. This is the second time we've seen an Inkjet on Anchovy really doing a number on the other team, surprising the other team with drop from below.
And I like to point out we are already down.
The comeback
is already down to 20.
Let's see if they can take lead here. They're so close. They just so barely get the lead.
They take it by 2 points, and a recap has come from the side of Pufferfish.
Yeah, Anti-Champion. Pufferfish caps the zone once again, trying to go back onto Anti-Champion's flat. Both teams having a really big penalty.
Green is Anti-Champion 9. Green is Pufferfish.
Yeah, Pufferfish, go. This is so funny.
You have them wrong, and I'm getting it wrong.
Pufferfish pulls out the stamp, getting 2. Is that Puff? Oh no, I don't know.
Pufferfish is pushing up on the Anti-Champion side of the map.
Yeah, that stamp getting some really nice 2 kills. They're pushing onto the plat, trying to get another pick on them. With Puffer's hand seeing if anybody's gonna flank through the window.
Blob does have his bomb rush ready. Attack has been used kind of prematurely. Almost time to pick on the Jet. Unfortunately, it's not much going to come from it. A trade between the Blob and the Brush, and a splash to cancel on the zone, meaning we might see it.
Anti-Champion does have a little bit of less paint here, with that Blaster, and maybe the Blob. I'm not quite sure how much Blob does for the zone, but they are gonna get the cap here.
Only barely, though.
Yeah. as they
And that's
that's
three
a
down
full
inside of
wipe.
Pufferfish. That's full wipe on Pufferfish, yes.
Wow, this game is really going back and forth.
And the brush is dead again on the side of Pufferfish. I don't really know what happened there. And the blob is pushed up onto the arcade, taking control, utilizing the barn rush.
With a minute on the clock left, Anti-Champion seems to have a pretty good lead here and control over the area. But looks like Pufferfish Party's gonna get some picks on them, really doing a number, and might get the zone back. Oh, this is great! I love this so much. This is really back and forth.
Pufferfish did have the lower penalty, meaning they could very well take lead here if they play their cards right.
That's exactly right. Looks like Anti-Champion's really just gonna try to get some specials here. They have two ready. Let's see how they're gonna push him with this. With the
hammer tried.
Yeah, they really did a number on them with the fan. They do use the specials to come, but unfortunately they're stopped. And which team? Which team? Anti-Champion does have a lead of 4 here. Yeah, they're still able to take lead here. They do have 22 on the timer.
They trade out members.
They just,
ooh, this is bad.
They do have 2 down.
3, and I think
and the game goes to Anti-Champion. What a game! I loved that. That was great. Oh, that was so good. Both teams really doing a number on each other. Really desperate to get in each other's plat, trying to lock each other out to only just overextend a little, get peeked by the other team, and go right back where they started. Really went back and forth here with both teams doing very well and pushing into each other's plats. That was very entertaining.
Yes, it was indeed very.
My brain, it's come to the time of day where it is 7:41 p.m. and my brain's having a little bit harder time deciphering between the two teams.
Yes, but I shall repeat for so everyone knows. Alpha is Pufferfish. Bravo is Anti.
Thank you.
Anyways, we move on to TC Starfish. A combo I like. This is usually where I play K-Pro.
I also play a bit of K-Pro myself. Power on Starfish. We did see Rainmaker on Starfish before. I don't think it changes too much, like the comp style between Rainmaker and Starfish. Besides that, we did have like 2 rollers in the Rainmaker game and also a Sploosh 7, I think. But overall, the same kind of strategies are like held viable. Sieget's also being a really good choice on this map for a tower as well.
Oh my god, okay. Sorry, I was looking at something in the background as we wait for the game to begin.
I write down the colors before I forget. Alright, and let this game begin.
TC Starfish, and we are seeing from the side of Pufferfish, we are seeing... Is that another K-Charger? Yes!
K-Charger is back! Let's go! I love it!
We're also seeing a roller and an X-Flow come out from the side of Anti-Champions. Another K-Charger.
This is great! I love the K-Charger coming back, and the roller's coming back on this map too! Remind me if that's so greedy, I can't see it. It might be the Hero Roller. I think it's B-Roller,
It is
though.
Hero. No, it's Hero.
Alright.
And the splash has gone down on the side of Pufferfish a bit early. This is gonna give Anti the chance they need to push. The X... Anti is
Rush getting revealed here. Brush's spot was revealed, but looks like they didn't really go for the pick on the Brush there, leaving the Brush able to run away
Taking
like
a
that.
very quick lead. And
That bomb combo immediately getting punished. Looks like it was not.
there so ooh,
what
and that tries to survive with the baller, but the bomb says no thank you.
Oh yes, imagine you're tough when the panic button doesn't quite work.
Booyah bomb.
Alright, looks like Pufferfish is gonna get their first lead here with
And the
going
Brush
all
is-
the way to the other team's base with their hammer. Brush really doing a number on their team, distracting them so that Pufferfish can get as big as a lead as they can here. Unfortunately, two of them go down to anti-champion.
I believe the Splash found 3 of them all by tower. So, good picks all around.
Yep. Anti-champion's gonna try to take mid here for the counter push. They can't seem to find a pick quite yet. In fact, Pufferfish does get a really good pick on 2 members of anti-champion. Looks like they're gonna push back for another push. One of the members, another bomb combo. Let's see if this one will get punished as well. Not quite. Yeah, I don't see the kill here.
The Junior has popped armor, and this is now anti-champion turn to really push up and really get control. The roller might be somewhere in street. The hammer has been deployed.
Oh,
just
nice
explode.
hammer slide by this Sploosh 7.
What a
This
really
Sploosh
nice trade.
7 is doing very well in this, and so
And
is
the
the roller.
and the
being
roller comes
really
from behind.
aggressive in finding the picks that they need with their flanks. Sploosh 7 and the roller are both doing a really good job at
And the Splash wins.
catching the other team off guard. Nice trade by the roller there as Pufferfish is going to try to go back and keep their push alive. Or just keep
Once
mid
again-
control as much as they can.
The Splash and Squeeze are gonna have a 1v1. They're both gonna kind of play back from one another. The Splash can't. I mean, the Splash can't really get close, and Squeezer doesn't want to get close. But I say that as I think the Zap comes right back around and finish him off anyways.
Yeah, Foil Squeezer dying here. So far, none of their bomb combos have quite landed a pick with them yet. But I'm hoping one of them might be so successful. It looks like the Sploosh is back on the other team's spawn again, trying to force him out. But Pufferfish is getting backed up again by anti-champion, who's struggling to keep them out of their spawn. Looks like they just want to hold mid here. Actually, they're gonna pop a bomb rush for the drop.
Bomb Rush has now been used to get more pain, and the Charger is just kind of hanging back. The Splash has gone down on the side of Pufferfish.
Yeah, let's see if anti-champion can really get the picks that they need in order to make a good push here, since they've only have gotten 97 points so far. Really haven't made a successful push
This
yet.
isn't yeah, this isn't really a big lead for anti-champions to come back from.
Yep, I agree. I think going past 43 is possible, but looks like Pufferfish is gonna go try for the KO as they keep on trying to just really taking control of this whole game. It hasn't really gone to anti-champion so far, with them getting the picks that they need at Sploosh 7, really doing a number on the other team. The Tri-Slosher might get just bombed out by the Expo, pushing the baller off the tower. Was that a glitch? Is it teleporting?
That's a baller knockback.
Oh, I see. Well,
roller-
Expo's doing really good keeping out Pufferfish. I think a lot of Pufferfish, where it stops the push, is because the Expo does really well with just getting them off the tower.
Mm-hmm.
The Sploosh, looks like anti-champion is gonna just try to get that overtime. Really trying with them popping their specials to see if they can actually make something happen here. Really checking for all those flanks, really being cautious. But they do 2 of them, 3 of them. That is a wipe.
And they get the tower just
Well
barely.
done by Pufferfish. That was such a good ending there. Really well done by that player. Oh.
Indeed, the Splash finding those free picks was basically all they needed to just stop.
Looks like we
stop,
will get a game 4 in this set.
I believe anti-champion is currently up 1.
It's 1-1 right now.
Is it? I've lost count.
We did 2 games in this set so far.
Oh, well,
It's the anchovy one, and then we did this one.
felt like more.
Yeah, after you've been commentating for a couple of hours, again, it gets to you.
Anyway, you're having the Rainmaker Manta. So now,
Oh, I'm not a fan of this map.
Now,
Mark.
if there's anywhere you're gonna use a Sploosh 7, this is where
This
you use
is
it.
the map. There's a lot of very tight corridors in this map. I really don't like how small it is. It's very tight on Manta Rainmaker. Not too fond of it just because it's just like I said, the tightness is just like it's really not much space to play with. Slayers will be
Manta, though,
crucial on this map.
Manta is the only map that actually fits its theme. It does feel like you're on a boat.
I agree.
But yes, I'm personally fine with this combo. It's better than most of them, in my opinion.
Thank you, Elemental.
But yeah, overall, I say I'm personally fine with the combo.
I'm gonna go check the bracket to see if the other team, what's going on their side. Since this is semifinals. It looks like, oh, it was Capri Sun in overtime. Currently has 2 on Capri Sun. All right. Looks like we're gonna get started on our
Well,
next
it's not
match
over
here.
quite.
Yep. Comeback can happen.
Seeing a V Blaster once again and the Sploosh 7.
Sploosh 11 comes back for
And a Glugla.
Rainmaker. I love it. Gluglas do come back, and this is V Gluglas, so that's going to be interesting to see. I don't even know what kit V Gluglas has, to be honest. It is not very rarely used.
V Glugla has Inkjet Mine.
Inkjet Mine, alright.
And the Junior only barely surviving the missiles.
Spreading down
The
the
Junior's
colors
gonna
real
try,
quick
and the
here.
Junior does has stopped their push until the Blaster.
Blaster's doing
Blaster
really good on
has found
Pufferfish
two.
here, getting the
Just
picks
the
that they need. Looks like the brush might kill the Rainmaker, and they just so do. Oh,
gonna
that brush
go
getting
for the
2
Blaster.
kills, doing very well at keeping anti-champion out. It looks like they were trying to just stall it or trying to keep the push alive by grabbing the Rainmaker, but Pufferfish will not allow it and is going to try to make the counter push here. Really painting up mid as much as they can, using missiles to displace the other team. One of their team, the K-shot does go down on the side of Pufferfish though,
And the
leaving
Junior's gonna try and pop the shield again.
leaving
Or no,
another
please, my
push
bad.
to be made by anti-champion here.
Indeed, they're investing special, but they're not so far doing anything with it. Hammer has been popped on the Junior. Finds the Junior, leaving just the other team's rush.
They
Who
just
is-
so barely barely missed that hammer throw there too. It would have been very fun to see. Looks like anti-champion couldn't really get the Rainmaker anywhere. That's what I'm gonna say.
2v2 yet again.
Yep. That's why I don't really like about this map, because of the tight corridors. If you can really just bomb out the Rainmaker, it's hard to make a push, and even if a push is made, it's really hard to come back.
But it's also the case of you can get incredibly devastating pushes if you can lock out the other team.
So his Plaster is playing very well. I like how they're playing it. They seem to have a lot of experience with the weapon. Especially considering this is a Hero Blaster. Looks like anti-champion is still just trying to make a push. They can't seem to find the right place, and we are halfway through the game. And anti-champion has only made it to 56. Pufferfish not being able to make any sort of push at all.
And we are now we got to tier 49.
Looks like 2 down on either side as one of the members of Pufferfish is going to spawn back in. Completely killing Anti-Champion's push here once again. But if Pufferfish cannot even make... Anti-Champion's going back in, really just keeping alive. Every time their push fails, they just go back into the very small corridors of this map and try it again. With Pufferfish not really...
where you jump around the wall.
Anti-Champion get a really good lead here at 14. The Sploosh 7 does get another pick, and let's see if they are able to make the KO.
Paint it, unfortunately. So, no KO yet.
Looks like the Brush finally killed the Rainmaker, doing a number on Anti-Champion. They couldn't just quite get the KO here. I'm not sure if Pufferfish is going to be able to make a push here to win this game with Anti-Champion being all the way at 7. Like I said, this is just one of those maps that it's just so hard to come back through, which makes me glad that in Splatoon 3 that there is a checkpoint system to help with like really fast and strong pushes.
And the Blob Survivor Direct hit Ninja.
Yep, I gotta say that Anti-Champion's success here, I think, is mostly because they really just don't quit on their pushes. They're really ever back up, even when they have disadvantage. Playing very aggressively, but to their success. Pufferfish finally gonna try to go for a push here. Popping some specials, as well as Anti-Champion getting a Bomb Rush, just trying to get the Rainmaker here. Rainmaker is gonna die to Anti-Champion.
With that blast.
And with only 2 members of Pufferfish being on the side of, one member of Pufferfish being left on the side of a map, with this win might go to Anti-Champion here if Pufferfish can't get any picks.
Looks like it's still gonna go with them because the Rainmaker has reset. The K-Shot has already popped it, but they have to grab it. It's basically now or never.
Yep.
And the hammer is ready to get the kill.
Nice hammer snipe to end the game off with Anti-Champion getting the victory. They do, however, need one more victory in order to win the set. So this game, this will be going into game 4. I just think this wasn't Pufferfish's map. It seems like they didn't always know quite what to do.
Either.
Obviously, you know, some teams are just gonna have some maps where they're gonna be better than others. So let's see if we can take this to game 5. Pufferfish can take a game here.
As we are heading on to Splat Zones on the Clam Blitz on the pit. Really?
Hit clams? I've seen that quite a bit recently in tournaments.
I like to have a very strong word, whichever created the map list.
No, I've done this in quite a bit of tournaments.
Exactly. I want to have a word with all of them. I hate this combo. You defend the basket one way and one way only.
That is pretty true.
And if you don't do it perfectly, you lose.
I would say that a really good way to keep your team, if one team has already made a push on the basket and succeeded, the flank is just by coming through mid to get your basket back. It's so rarely that you get a good kill if someone's in your basket on the left side, because of how bomb spammable that area is. Really hard to enter through there. So I think the only really good option is to either get a special on the left or just to enter through mid if you're getting attacked that way.
Right.
We do still have 26 people watching, though I haven't seen any activity from it in a while. If you're here and listening, go ahead and type something in the chat so we know you're in live and well. Alright, looks like we're going to be heading into this game on Hit Clamps.
Yay!
So you seem very excited about this.
However could you tell? Why am I seeing 2 Grims?
2 Grim Ranges on both sides. Wow, it's not quite a pick that I thought would happen here.
I blame Chara.
start with the propaganda.
Anyways, the K-Shot is trying not to die currently, dodges the bomb. I already see a ball has been formed. We're 20 seconds. We're freezing this thing, guys. Slow down. And Free are already dead. I said slow down, please.
Yeah, it looks like Pufferfish is gonna really take advantage and get the first pop here. Really good for Pufferfish. This Rush is doing very well in the other team. Let's see if they can get the kill, and they do get it on the Grim range. Would have been awesome if they got the snipe there, but not just quite so ever missed. They did get all the way down to 56, which is a really good start for them. Anti-Champion's gonna try to come back, get some mid control for their counter push.
Yes, the Rush is attempting to get control over... The Rush was in their court, but has... I don't know, was in their drop. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's back to spawn.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Pufferfish is kind of stuck in their basket, and the...
Getting really pushed back
their
here.
First score.
Yup, Anti-Champion scores first. Let's see if they can get any more clams in. Their basket's about to close. They don't have any clams. And they got power clam through. Very good by them. Pufferfish starting to push them out. They did!
They barely got lead.
Just right as you said that. That was perfect timing.
Commentator's curse.
Alright, looks like Pufferfish is gonna start taking back mid control, really trying to get a power climb here for their next push. They really do have the control. It looks like Anti-Champion is fighting from their snipe instead of from their basket. They do have that blob trying to paint mid as much as they can to
we are
delay
one down on
Pufferfish.
both sides, so still even.
Yeah.
This has been used by the Grim. And the Jet, and then the other Grim is kind of waiting. Wait, why is the Grim have some what? Okay, moving on for my questions that I'll never get an answer to.
Looks like Anti-Champion has majority map control here, but they're not quite getting any advantage on that, and they're actually getting picked off by Pufferfish, who makes their second.
With 2 balls going in and some clams, meaning this is going to be another good push for Pufferfish.
Yep, they get all the way down to 32. Let's see if we can get some more clams in there, and they do get all the way down to 17. This is looking really good for Pufferfish right now. With Grim on the range on the other team's side, really just trying to get a pick, not really finding
anything. Even more
anything.
clams, down to 8, leaving just the one Grim, who is fighting for his life over there.
Yeah. Anti-Champion finally getting all the players out of their goal area, and
if you're Pufferfish, you're really happy with this push.
Anti-Champion, yeah,
and the Junior is throwing clams off the map, which I think it's a little early to be doing that, but I get where they're coming from.
I agree. Maybe a little pre-celebrated victory of them.
Yeah, I would say too soon, but I can understand where you're coming from with that.
I would say Anti-Champion does really good painting power on their team with the bomb rush.
Incredible painting power.
Looks like they're able to get
the Junior left.
Yep.
Anti-Champion could take the lead here, and even
KO it. They do have a lot of clams. They're gonna try to look for some more though, because they don't have quite enough to take lead.
The spawning of the clans is so awkward right now for them, because they have the pity's jumping in. They might be able to take lead here.
Oh, they do! Oh, let's see if their one member, they don't have any clams, unfortunately, so they cannot take the game right now. Wait, and they finish it off!
I think someone on Pufferfish happened to walk back with one clam and died, giving them the victory.
Oh, if only they had thrown off the clams off the map then.
Oh, what an incredible victory for
Anti-Champion. They do take the set with a 3-1. It looks like they're going to finals.
That was indeed. We are
adrenaline-inducing game.
That ending was incredible. I shall give them that. That was incredible. The pity managed to land just in time to score it, buying them just enough time to KO it. Alright, and to my knowledge, I do not think we'll be having a break. I think we'll be going right into the next game.
Yep, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna see what happened on the side of Capri Sun in overtime. Looks like overtime won 3-0 on Capri Sun. which means Pufferfish Party and Capri Sun are battling out for third place match. And for finals, we have anti-champion and overtime.
It's only $8. I'm sorry, but I was looking at something. I was looking at something, and the price got me. I'm gonna buy that if I'm commentating. Okay, and our next match, which, according to what I'm reading, is supposedly Grand Finals.
Yeah.
Is Grand Finals with anti-champion versus overtime.
Yeah, let me go see the maps so we have available for finals here. Looks like Grand Finals are going to start with Tower Control on Sturgeon. Another Tower Control on Sturgeon that we're seeing again. I didn't think we'd get to it this fast.
Oh yes,
but...
I should know. We are going into VO7, meaning we shall be here a while.
Yeah. But, looks like we also have Rainmaker on Black Belly, Clam Blitz on Snapper, Splat Zones on Reef.
Yay. My favorite.
Tower on Mansa Maria and Rainmaker on Humpback, and then also Clam Blitz on Mako Mart.
Well, boy, we're starting off game one incredibly boring. I mean, what?
You think Tower on Sturgeon? I mean, like.
Wait, when?
Tower on Sturgeon is our first Grand Finals.
Oh,
game.
I thought Black Boy Rainmaker was.
Nope.
That's game two, isn't it?
This game two, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have an incredibly boring game two. I hate that combo so much.
A lot of people do not like that map mode in particular. Rainmaker, Black Belly.
Oh god.
Oh my lord.
Oh
The
my
password.
god.
Otra vez, I'm telling you.
Elemental Magic guessed the password before he was even told it.
Let's
and
go.
that's the perks of being a good streamer. Or
Yep.
just people being predictable.
I'd expected more people to stay here for Grand Final. It's like we only have 24 people in here.
I'm just waiting to buy a book.
I'm really excited. Both of these teams did really well. I would say I do like both names here. I think they're pretty creative. I like Anti-Champion's name. I think it's a really creative name.
I like to know. I believe the music just died, which was really pointless.
There it is. Yo, we have Anarchy Rainbow again.
Anarchy Rainbow is back to say hello and remind you its game is coming soon.
Yeah.
On the bright side, I will say it is better than our last song we had with Splatfest. To be fair, that's not saying much because I don't like any of them.
Damn, the shade, the shade.
I do not like the Splatoon soundtrack that much. I used to like it, but I kind of got bored of it. The only song I like from this is Into the Light and Calmar Incantation.
Wolf in the chat had a Rainbow Anarchy jump scare. I love that.
Look at me, fake fan. I don't like Splatoon music. Anyways. Oh, these are actually. Wow, these are not. Oh, I'm not gonna break the bank buying books for once. This is crazy. Anyways, game one. That's talking about books.
Yep. Back on Sturgeon Tower we go.
Even though everyone knows exactly what the books I'm buying are about. I'll explain later. Don't worry about it.
Alrighty then.
Anyways, yes, I said, and just to repeat, just so everyone's on the same page. Team Alpha will be, I believe. Team Alpha appears to be overtime, and Team Bravo is
Anti-Champion.
Yes, that's the team name. We're going with. And our first match is Sturgeon TC. We have seen this earlier, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'd rather had a newer map or a map we haven't seen in a while, but.
Oh, don't worry, our next match is Rock'n'Roll Rainmaker.
It is,
So don't
unfortunately.
worry, we're getting a new map.
Alright, looks like we're about to start the game. Woo! Finals, can't believe it. We've been sitting
Finals
here
here,
for 4 hours.
I sat in my chair for 6 hours just playing Splatoon 2. I'm used to it.
Yup.
Anyways, we are seeing and champion running their usual cost from both teams.
Yup, looks like the
Well,
Fire
this-
Fin's coming back on the side of overtime, and
the first pick is on the black,
anti-champion.
and there's already 2 down on the side of anti-champions.
Looks like overtime's gonna get quite a bit of mid control here to start their first push. Elite are not finding the pick on anybody in that snipe. Oh, such a missed opportunity. I said Elite, that is a Fire Fin, my bad.
Hey, bad news, the wrong one.
Looks like
Anyway.
there's 2 down on the side of anti-champion and 1 down in overtime, but
Bomb
overtime's
come
still
out.
gonna go for the push here.
The Charger is trying to find his picks. The Expo is doing its best to stall towers. I think someone used ball in the spot. And a very nice snipe coming out from the Charger.
The flank by the Octo Shot getting punished there by the Charger.
Indeed, but what's
Just
their
as we
name?
discussed, if you
Overtime.
don't have any people in the pit there, your push
It's
is
free
just not
points.
gonna work. It is 3 points though. They did get it all the way to 40, which is really good for overtime.
Oh yeah,
Um,
a really good starting push. Seeing we're not even halfway through the game yet.
Yep.
And someone pressed the splashdown button.
Anti-champion popping their specials here, but they're still 2 down. I think chat, let's see if they're are able to land safely somehow. Even though their jump was pretty exposed there.
It was initially on the spinner, but it went up. So that's why
Yeah.
no one went for it. The Expo is doing what Expos do best in the flying chip. Armor pack has been popped on the side of overtime. Trying to find a pick, the Expo is fighting the pack. What a
Really
bizarre
trying to
one.
get the dink jet, but failed to do so here.
Oh, I didn't know. Both Octoshots field drop roller.
Wow. It looks like Squeezer gets a trade with one of the members on overtime, and overtime gets 2 picks on anti-champion here. Still keeping mid control, not allowing anti-champion to make any sort of push yet, even though we're halfway into the game.
And the Zap, I think the Zap pushed up a little too soon, which gives the pack a pick, which is a pretty good. Wait. Okay, people are dying. I'm not sure who's killing Hill. What? Well,
Someone fell off
well-
the map there, unfortunately, on the side of overtime. Looks like anti-champion
Evie,
is
is
finally
that you?
getting. Looks like anti-champion's finally getting the space that they want, but not quite getting the picks yet. Overtime has an armor ready just to stop
bomber.
anti-champion's push.
the armor has
2
been popped,
people
though.
go
That's two
down
down.
the side of
The armor is
anti-champion
just gonna
again.
tank that splash down, and the baller. Oh,
Yep.
okay, bye. Goodbye.
Overtime really stopping any sort of push anti-champion's trying to make. Unfortunately, anti-champion's just
indeed,
not getting the picks that they want.
Indeed, they're
I would say that the Squeezer is doing pretty well on their team.
and that is 3 down on the side. Oh, that is a full wipe on the side of overtime. Which,
Looks like overtime
give
got
it-
it all the way down to 25.
which is gonna give
Wow, that's
Anti a lot of time to paint up for specials, but they really got to get going in the hope of trying to take lead.
I
try
agree.
to
Looks
find
like
a
they're
on the pack.
finally getting their first points here. Their Explo might get the pick here, but just so barely escapes it, focusing on someone else. Anti-champion doing decently here, not quite having the space that they need to push forward yet.
The Charger doing its best to try and make something happen, but is stuck under the tower.
Gets picked off by the Squeezer, really well done there. It looks like overtime is getting spaced out here. They might just
They
get
might be
the
able to
lead
take
here. And they did get the lead! Well done by anti-champion! Just so
Anti-champion
barely
with the
getting that!
incredible lead, and I believe the Charger was able to stop that by getting a collateral.
We have a game here. Oh, I'm so excited. Overtime will probably have to push this into, well, overtime in order to get the lead back. Anti-champion, they don't quite, this is it.
Attack 1v1.
This is it. Inkjet 1v1. Very entertaining. Looks like none of them kill each other, as most Inkjets 1v1 do.
We have a tech, and once again, and the T-Tech has gone in, has found two of them. It's just the other tech, but I don't think he can do much to try.
Yeah.
He has to back out.
Anti-champion doing really well, keeping overtime out. Overtime is gonna have to make another push right now.
Can have to force overtime.
Yep. Looks like they get picked up by Bubbles.
Bubbles take out two
Really well done by the foil there, and that wins them the game.
That lead was
That
so
comeback
clutch,
was
but
great.
yet it was so clutch, but also incredibly scuffed.
Yeah, I love that though. Anti-champion's comeback was so fun to watch as they take the game there. Moving us into 3, it is currently 1-1.
Oh my god, we're only in game 3.
Which means we are guaranteed a game. Wait. It's a 7. It's out of 7.
It's 7.
We're not guaranteed anything.
We've only done 1. We still have to go through Rainmaker, Black Belly. Wait, what? Why are we on Humpback? I thought we were on Black Belly.
Hold on. It is Black Belly. It says so on the list.
I don't care. Better not to commentate. Did someone get out? Hey, I'm not complaining. Better not to commentate.
Looks like we're just gonna have to quickly just go through this game so we can get back to the map on the map list, which is Rainmaker on Black Belly. They put Humpback instead, which I mean, it's understandable. Sometimes I mix some Black Belly and Humpback together just because Black Belly has more black on the map. And they're both kind of skate parks, so I completely understand the confusion that might have occurred there.
Actually, to be fair, Humpback's more a gym because it's below.
They're both more like wraps. They're definitely both maps with like mountains too, having more curvature to the map.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't get the good map to commentate. I have to commentate Black Belly.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna do a quick KO here so we can get onto the actual game.
All right, fine. No fun, I guess. I'm sad. No fun.
Silver Sky in the chat says, "Thank you, commentators. You're welcome. I'm having a really good time." All right, looks like we're actually gonna get to set up the actual map mode here.
I'm so sad. I don't want to commentate Black Belly.
I don't know. I personally don't mind playing it. I haven't. I think for people who've been in the comp scene for a longer amount of time, they do get pretty tired of playing on that map. But since I've only been here for a year and a half, I guess I just haven't played it as much as other people to get sick of it.
I'm crying, literally crying. This hurts my soul. Alright, Black Belly Rainmaker.
I am like starting to get drippy. Even though I'm in PST, I'm actually kind of the earliest time out of anybody in North America. After it hits 8 p.m., my brain slows down, so you might see me stuttering here and there, but promise you I will keep the energy up.
Well, you only have at minimum 6 more at maximum six more matches.
Mm-hmm. That last game though. Oh my lord.
I don't think we have any more to say beyond just that last game.
Just that last game. You know, as a commentator, it's super satisfying when you just get really good comeback games or really even matches. And also, I think it's just extremely satisfying to watch, so it's a win-win for both the commentators and the viewers here.
You know, the last time I had something shipped to me that was supposed to arrive on a Sunday, it got lost. So I'm not doing that again.
All right, so we're gonna start off the game.
Yes, indeed, we are, and Sploosh 7's back. And so is Sploosh 7 back. And so the 10.
Yeah, it looks like also the foil squeezer is gonna come back on the side of anti-champion.
Ninja Squid K shot. You don't see that every day.
Overtime being the yellow team and anti-champion being the blue team here. Looks like anti-champion's gonna get the pop.
The Jet is doing what Jets do best, farming for a Ray. Probably gonna pop it. And
let's see if the looks like their Ray's gonna be contested by some missiles though, so they aren't able to use that special quite to the
Squeezer
best
is
of its
trying
ability.
to flank. Unfortunately, is picked off by the other two. That hammer tried it. Oh well. Oh well.
Looks like Wipe goes on the side of anti-champion as overtime is now gonna
And
push in to try to get a biggest lead.
However,
However, it's just the Rainmaker pushing with the Jet right now. Jet gets picked off by anti-champion, and the Rainmaker doesn't get a lead at all, even though they had a Wipe.
What?
Wow.
Where did everyone go?
Where did everybody go? It's a good question.
Like everyone died. I was
Everyone
I
died.
was watching.
Yeah, unfortunately, they only had 2 players to push in with, and with
And then everyone
2 already
died.
respawning on the
end.
side of anti-champion, they couldn't quite get the lead that they wanted there.
You know, there's also Sorella. There's also Sorella's pen, I think is what it is called. that's
It's
going
very
on
grainy.
wall.
I can't tell what it is.
Well, it has wall coming on more, so I forget what the name of it, but I believe it's called Sorella tent.
I've never seen that tent being used ever in this tournament. This is very exciting.
It's good on stages like this.
Looks like over to
Anti-champ. Wait.
Anti-champion. Anti-champion is gonna get the lead here. Going all the way to 37. That's a pretty good lead to start off on.
It's good, but it's not safe. Because
Yeah,
this
it's
is
not
Black Belly,
great.
after all.
This is Black Belly. It's pretty easy to come back with the right amount of specials and aggression. Or else just going in at the right time,
Okay.
really taking, noticing when you have an advantage or not.
Okay, so since we keep getting confused, Anti-champion currently has the lead.
Yes.
Overtime
Overtime's
Did
yellow.
the Sploosh DC or die?
They
the Sploosh
DC'd
DC.
actually. Let's see.
Well, DC
Sploosh
rules.
DC'd. That DC actually is applicable here, which means that we will have to probably replay this match. Since the game has not passed 230 and neither team passed
below
30
30.
points. So we are gonna have to replay this match, unfortunately.
They're still.
Did
Oh,
it
no
not?
replay?
No replay. Oh,
No
did I
replay.
get the time wrong? We're past replay? Oh, it's
Oh,
50
it's
points.
50
I thought it was
points.
30. All right,
Yes,
we're
it-
still going on in the game. Let's go.
Let's go. Wait, okay, come this again.
Looks like, unfortunately, Anti-Champion did have a DC, so
Yeah.
Overtime has taken the lead. And
You hate to see it, but
I don't think Anti-Champion really has a good chance in a 3v4 here to get lead back. So I think this game is probably going to go to overtime, but we'll see with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock.
I want to say they don't have it because they lost a lot of their paint.
I agree. Actually,
And
they
it's
lost
just-
a lot of their aggression with their sploosh. Both teams having a sploosh 7. And they did
that is
KO.
damn. You hate to see it.
I love how I didn't know the DC rules. I thought it was 30 points. I didn't know it was 50.
I forgot the rules were like that. I'm used to it being 30.
Same.
Yeah, I said.
Small mistake by us. Sorry about that.
I said as
Yeah,
much
very
as much as I don't want to commentate this map, I'd also hate seeing DCs.
Yeah. Unfortunate for especially in the grand finals, really just bad luck on anti-champion side. Especially since they did have a really good lead before someone DC'd.
Yeah, I know. Like they were playing so well, but then peer-to-peer was like no.
Yeah. I blame Splatoon servers. Alright.
What servers?
What servers?
There are no servers.
There are no servers. I just blame Nintendo.
Blame Nintendo.
Nintendo servers.
Dinkelberg.
All right, looks like the next match is going to be Clam Blitz on Snapper Canal. How do you feel about this map mode, Kaiser?
It's better than Black Belly Rainmaker. But to be
I agree.
fair, that's an incredibly low bar.
I think
The bar is the floor.
I'm expecting to maybe see Booyah on this map, just so because sometimes pushing in on this map can be a little bit difficult if the other team has right weapons.
What we've been seeing, we might see Inkjet, which it's all right here, but it's not really something I like playing here. It's not
Yeah,
really good
the
here.
snipe is really high, meaning that it can
Your
take
only
out
other
the
spot to pack, like, safely is like, or to actually have any chance of dealing with snipe is like from mid. But if literally anything with like ranges up there, you're probably dead.
I agree, especially if they have like a Sea Hydra or something. That jet will probably be dead. I'm wondering if we're gonna get that blaster back on this map mode, or how different the comps will be from last game.
Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm. That's a song from. I can't believe I remember that. It's a song from Musical.
Incredible.
Yeah. The theater kid in
Simply.
me is really, really shining right now. Alright, looks like we're gonna start the next match now. Clam Blitz on Snapper Canal.
Do-do-do-do.
Alright, and just to reiterate, overtime is this green team here. It looks like they brought out E-Leader and K52.
We are seeing
really
double
going.
K52.
Yeah, both teams are really leaning more towards the meta, as I think they feel like they have more at stake here, considering this is the grand finals. No one's down quite yet. K52 on the side of Anti-Champion does get the first special
One Booyah
on.
bomb has been, well, the KL died to the KL.
Anti-Champion really trying to push in here, but don't quite have any advantage to do so.
Yeah,
besides that
it's
one
a
Booyah
really
bomb.
early push.
I agree. It looks like they're gonna face the pushback from from overtime here.
From over, yeah.
But they do get a couple picks on
The Squeezer-
overtime.
The Squeezer
Both-
wants to push in, they want to push in, but they have to be careful because the KL and Ely are sitting on their
The
street.
tent coming back, I think, is actually a really good option for this map. Just to get just so closer to
Oh,
the
yeah.
basket.
Oh yeah, 10 is good, is decent. Well, yeah, it's decent here, I believe. From what well, that's unfortunate.
Anti-Champion really desperate to get into the other team's space, even though finally
down.
they got 2 down on the side of overtime, and they
It's
are able
go
to
time.
finally break the barrier and get some points here.
Ah, yes, the double wall.
Yeah, the
And
double
try-
wall is really doing them well. I think inching your way closer to the basket,
The KL
really
has found
pushing the
has
team
picked on the
back.
try.
I think their strategy here is pretty solid.
They are doing a really good job at keeping the basket open and keeping things moving.
Yep, they went all the way down to 26. It's a really good lead for Anti-Champion here.
I was about to say really good push considering we're not even halfway through the game.
They're playing really aggressively, but looks like it did pay off here to get them that really nice lead. Overtime's gonna be just trying to paint up as much as they can. They do get a pick on the foil squeezer.
A pink one.
With the K-Gal doing as best as they can to try to create more space for the push. Overtime does make it in the basket to 80 points. It may look like that's all they're gonna get though, because Anti-Champion's doing really good at keeping their last players out. We got a couple of clams in, but didn't get quite enough. Only got to 7-7.
You hate to see it, but
You hate to see it.
there's still plenty of time left in the game, and the Elite are getting a really nice pick on the try. Or
Yeah.
really nice pick on the try.
Well done by the E-Leader here. Doing well for their team.
And the Elite decided to do some jumping jacks while it waited.
Good pick on the tent there. that leaves Anti-Champion to lost a lot of their defensive power, but it looks like Overtime, it just doesn't have enough players in the field to create any sort of push
Yeah.
here.
The E-Leader grabbed the ball a bit
Try
prematurely
being
there.
really aggressive, even though they don't quite have the space for it yet. Decides to go back into mid and go back into defensive position as Anti-Champion is going to probably get ready for their next push here. If Overtime can't get any kills. The K-Gal does get a really good kill on the other team's foil squeezer. They might die here though.
The ball just jumped somewhere.
Yep.
Looks
Looks like Anti-Champion is finally able to get another clam into the basket. Their second push being really successful. They got all the...
Might win. I don't think
They
so.
might win game here. Oh, they just need one more clam. Let's see if Elzip can do it. And they just so...
And
That is game going to Anti-Champion, bringing both teams up 2-2. They really they did not get discouraged, even though they had a DC. Props to them for that. A lot of teams
all you can do is keep on trucking along.
Honestly, very well done. Really good attitude by them, not giving up, even though the DC could have discouraged them a lot and made them play a lot worse. They didn't really let that get to them at all and just kept on playing really well together, and pushing in and getting the points they needed for a really quick win. Looks like our next map is gonna be Splat Zones on the Reef. I find myself not knowing quite to do, like I said, on the Reef. I'm not quite the best here, especially in zones, because the map I think is very awkward. The zones being under the bridge. I feel like sometimes holding bridge is useful, but sometimes holding bridge might not be as useful as it seems.
No, you always want to hold bridge, in my opinion, because if you don't hold bridge, that basically is giving the enemy free high ground.
I agree. You definitely convinced me there.
In my opinion, if it comes down to bridge, bridge is probably more important to hold than zone in some situations, because you can give up part of the zone and stall zone from a safe spot and maintain high ground. Because once you lose high ground, it's basically over. It's fighting from low ground to high ground is not fun.
I agree, especially if the other team on the high ground has like a splashdown or a special that can really punish the team on the lower end. Mm-hmm. I do have to say though, I've seen a lot of like lower teams not always focusing on objective here. A lot of lower level teams have trouble focusing on the objective because of how the map is set up, where objective is a little bit hidden from eye's view.
So the way I'm used to playing this map in scrims is basically you get control of the zone and you push onto their street, and like one person hangs far right in case someone tries to back cap. The other three push up to. The other three stay on like the far side of the street by like basket and all.
Seems like a good idea. All right, and we're about to start the game off. It's like Overtime is the green team here, and the pink team is Anti-Champion.
Mm-hmm. And also, if you're really brave, you go right into their spawn. But anyways, the opening cap has gone to Anti-Champion, and that is a gold dynamo. Well, and that is a gold dynamo. The pack has found two, even just a Tentabello, who I think is on bridge. But it doesn't really matter. Current, this is gonna give pixel quality. I cannot read names right now. I believe this is giving Overtime a chance to push up and like get more control. But I say that right as Overtime wipes.
Yep, Anti-Champion does cap the zone here, doing very well, and they're pushing up and painting a lot of Overtime space here, trying to really push Overtime as
that free bomb is heading straight for cars.
Nope.
Nope, it's heading towards
Commentator's curse.
I've got big things. The K-Gal is currently trying to find a pick on the junior. Finds the pick on the junior. That's gonna continue to stagger them and delay their armor. Tries to find a pick in the pack. Unfortunately, the pack finds a pick on the K-Gal instead.
Overtime does a really good pick on Anti-Champion here as they try to contest his zone. Can't quite find it yet.
The pick is in a really bad spot right now. Trades with a squeezer.
Look,
Still
it's
not the best.
2v2 right now with 2v1 right now. It looks like it
now it's
goes
1v3.
to overtime. As they take more space and keep heading into the other team spawn.
Anti-champion has gotten a really good opening. Has
Yep,
gotten a really good opening push, but overtime can also come back from this relatively quickly if they play the cards right.
I agree. Looks like overtime has a little bit disadvantage with two specials popping out at team anti-champion here. Anti-champion not quite capping the zone yet. Getting picked off, but now they're
Overtime's only just holding, but I don't think they can hold it much longer being 2 down.
Yep, that
unfortunate.
Stamp is able to cap the zone there.
And also almost finds the squeezer, but the squeezer's gonna come back and trying to find a kill of its own. Gets an assist at least.
Yup, looks like overtime is trying to cap back the zone right now. With anti-champion being pretty separated here. Pillar of Flame jumps back to
the squeezer
join
only
its team
barely
again.
surviving.
Yeah. Anti-champion just trying to create space to push back in again with half the game left. Let's see if overtime can take back the lead. They do get a bomb kill on anti-champion.
Overtime is gonna have man advantage for this big time, meaning they're gonna be able to flip the zone. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
yes,
they
are.
Get the
that
lead.
was a lot of
and 3 deaths on the side of anti-champion, doing very well.
Overtime's push is not over just yet.
Yep. Looks like overtime has a really good stance right now, getting even more picks on anti-champion.
And
3 of anti-champion going down
him.
with 5 seconds left on the clock. Looks like this game goes to overtime.
Yeah, indeed.
Looks like it's
and watching the tech you use a tent shield against itself, against its tent was really interesting. Because that's not really something you can. That's not really something you notice as you get. That's not really something you do as often when you get to higher levels.
Yeah,
because the tents are more aware.
This is really close fight. Looks like overtime has 3 games right now versus anti-champion who has 2.
As said, so this could be our last match.
This could be our last match. If overtime wins this, they do win the tourney. If anti-champion just can win 2 more games, which unfortunately they had a little bit of a disadvantage there with the DC, they might be able to win the set and the tourney.
I will say, speaking of tents dying to their own shield, I am more used to a tent killing their own teammates with the shield.
I agree. I don't play with any tents though, so I don't have too much experience in that.
I used to play Brella and I killed EB like once with it.
It's what?
It's 2-2.
It's 2-2? Oh, never mind.
I
I'm
figured
done.
something was wrong.
We're in
okay,
game. We're
we might
in game
have 2 more
5.
games. Okay, so it's a little more even than we were expecting.
Yeah, that's my bad. Looks like our next game are gonna be tower control on Manta Maria. We've seen Manta Maria a couple of times on stream so far. Like I said, it's not quite my favorite map just because of how tight it is on some of the places, especially in Rainmaker and as well in Tower. It's very similar.
I don't know how to keep count. So, that's my excuse.
Fine, I don't either.
TC Manta. Don't have much to say about it. TC Manta is another one. It's just Manta, but it suffers from the usual problem with Manta, meaning it's incredibly easy to get yourself locked out and basically let their team have massive points, especially in a mode like TC, where you earn constant special charge for simply winning.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there.
That was a lot of words all at once.
It was. You spoke very fast there. Alright, looks like we're seeing the Blaster back on Anti-Champion as Overtime has a comp of N-Zap. We got the Tri-Nouveau, Octo-Shot, and Foil Squeezer. Really going with a regressive comp there. As Anti-Champion
is running their usual comp.
brings back the blob, and keeps their blaster on their team, as well as Octoshot and K-Shot. Both teams going with a little bit of more of aggressive comp. None of them really wanting to play passively here.
Well, except the blob.
Yeah. Looks like Overtime's gonna find the first push here, not getting too far yet. Both teams will still have 4 alive. Oh, and the Jet gets the first kill of the game. Lang gets the second kill, with Anti-Champion getting 2 kills on Overtime, starting their first push.
Indeed, and the blaster is already kind of, the blaster and Taker are already pushing up pretty far, even though the tower hasn't fully reset yet.
Looks like 2 of Anti-Champion wants to head on the left side of the map, but their blob just overextends just a bit.
And we're gonna watch a pack battle.
Another Inkjet battle. Oh, I love to see it.
Oh, it went for the landing, but didn't time it properly. That's unfortunate. The blaster does find a nice direct on the pack, sending it right back to spawn. They are well worth the prize up there. I would leave.
Yep, and Overtime is backing it up here with Anti-Champion doing pretty well, but now 2 kills happen on either side of the team. Splashdown might get the
blaster found too. That's a full wipe on the side on Overtime, which is not what you want to have happen on Manta on all maps.
Anti-Champion's gonna get a better lead here. Let's see how far they can take it, considering their blob is doing very well to paint on the other side. Does get picked off by Overtime here, as their Inkjet's just trying to find someone to pick off. Doesn't seem to find anyone, but at least their jump is safe. For the landing, they do, however, have some trouble with the foil, but are able to finally get that pick on the foil, meaning that they're safe. They do get picked off by Overtime here, as Overtime tries to paint up mid again to get their counter push ready.
And the T-Tech has now used his pack, meaning Overtime is gonna try and start their push. The pack unfortunately does not find anyone with it, but it's still gonna try. Unfortunately, and the try goes down. So this ends up leaving just a tech to just kind of be a tech. Finds utilizing the tower as his coverage. The blob is backing off.
It looks like Anti-Champion is a little bit of disadvantage with not as much paint as Overtime here with the blob and the blaster. Blaster goes down, but it looks like we have a 3v3 right now with Anti-Champion already pushing up. Anti-Champion really having a lot of their street covered, which is good for them, but looks like they get picked off by some of the members of Overtime. Overtime is just so desperately trying to pick off the blaster, and they do get the pick.
The tech is alive somehow, I'm not sure how.
Yep.
The tech once again has another pack ready.
I think this is looking good for Overtime right now. They might just get the pick that they need. Nope, and they do get picked up. The commentator's curse, they say. Jet trying to find the second pick here for Anti-Champion to move back in. Because as much as 39 is a good push, it isn't. They aren't completely safe here from the comeback.
They're not out of the woodwork yet, as I would say. And the Zap is trying to find 2 of them. Some lives way longer than it should have.
3 down on the side of Anti-Champion. This is looking good for Overtime here. Let's see if they can get the blob just to get the street on their side of the paint. They do immediately die to one of the members of the U trade-off.
Find the try.
I'm loving the Inkjet content on either team here.
well, the T-Tech on Overtime happens to have 5 packs.
Overtime just can't get it's just a successful push as they want here.
Bomb's gonna break the arm.
They are still trying to keep mid and trying to get keep the push alive as much as they can though, but they do get picked off by an unfortunate bomb. Wow, it looks like Anti-Champion does have the advantage here, except nope, they're back in a 3v3 with Overtime playing a lot of their specials, and unfortunately finding themselves vulnerable to Anti-Champion here with only a couple seconds left in the game. This is looking like if it doesn't go into overtime for Overtime, then it looks like it's for Anti-Champion.
I believe this is game for Anti-Champion, yep, and that is game free done.
This is a very long... it's going to be a very long set here.
So who's killing in the lead again? Anti-champion just won this game. That means anti-champion is currently 1 up at 2-3.
Yeah. Oh, this is so exciting.
So we could be seeing our final game here now.
Yup, we could be
Or
seeing a
not.
final game. Depends,
Who knows?
even though, overtime did go with the more meta comp, they still lost the game. Or am I mixing the comps up? I think I'm right. Right?
Have you forgotten the teams again?
No. Of course not.
Now we're on Rainmaker Humpback. They just played the maps, but they were trying to play the maps in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Okay, and Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track. I like this combo.
Unfortunately, do have to be a little more quiet. I can't be as hype as I was because my mom's yelling at me from the other room. She sleeps very early, and it is 8:45, so it's time for her to go to bed.
Well,
Just wishing for myself that I had my own place, but only my first. I'm going into my first year of college, so we'll see.
I live in the back right corner of my house. The only thing in front of my monitor is the outside, and the only thing to my right is the garage.
Nice. The only thing is that me and my mom do share a wall, which is why she's unfortunately hearing a lot of what I'm saying.
Unfortunate.
I mean, I didn't quite expect this to go this far. Yeah. To be fair, a lot of these matches are really close.
The games have been lasting all 5 minutes, so...
Yep. It does make for better content, though.
Meanwhile, I'm sat here about to spend $30 on books. Worth it, I say.
Alright, looks like we're gonna start again on, Rainmaker on Humpback Punk Track. This is our 6th game out of the set.
Which means this could be our last. And Undercover.
Undercover's coming out on the side, which is the
And
Under,
so are the
on the
Tetras.
side of Anti-Champion. This is really different comps from our last game. Wow. Looks like
Yeah,
there's gonna be Sploosh 7 on either side.
But
with,
overtime, it does have the much more aggressive comp.
Yep, they are able to get pop here.
And they
thanks to
already,
that aggressive
they
pop.
already find the K-shot.
Yep, they do get the first pick of the game. Looks like they're
Hammer?
wanting to take it over right. No one's grabbing Rainmaker quite yet. They do punish the Sploosh 7.
Well, I was gonna say, it's not quite safe enough to grab the Rainmaker yet.
Yep, and it looks like 2 are probably going to go
The
down on the
Tetras
side. They did eventually get picked off.
They did a really good job of surviving.
Yep,
And the hammer
I did
gets
not
10.
expect them to survive that kill.
Double from the hammer, can it from the triple.
Sploosh 7 doing very well on the side of Overtime here. Got 2 picks to start off. Maybe Overtime can finally make a push here. Safe enough. But it looks like Anti... this is going to be a running thing
so
to get the most points here.
Why are... What is going on?
Anti-Champion getting it all the way up to 30.
Anti-champion.
Looks like
So
they really took
luckily-
advantage of Overtime being distracted and
So
decided
I'm
to
pretty
go
sure-
for it because the area was open to them.
So I'm
Really
pretty sure
well
I'm
done
pretty sure
by
the tech now has
Anti-Champion.
LDE. And someone's trying to run at the Rainmaker again.
Yep,
So yeah, anyone who has LDE now has max potency.
they did take it. They did punish the fact that Overtime was just not paying attention to their Rainmaker nor their right side. So,
Hammer.
and the hammer on the side of Overtime does get a good pick here. They don't get the hammer throw pick, but Overtime's
Don't
just
think
starting
they
to make up their
intended to
first
throw it that way.
push. Oh no, this is not. It's not Overtime. This is a. I'm so dumb.
This is Anti-Champion.
This is Anti-Champion. Anti-Champion doing very well right now. If they win this, they win the whole tourney. It looks like Overtime's just struggling to keep Anti-Champion out of their base. They finally get the Rainmaker pick off.
Yeah, and they also had such a good start having that aggressive comp, that early picks, but just Anti was able to just keep themselves scooped up enough.
Yeah.
But now it's time for Overtime to actually get their push in. Oh, hello, Pack.
Looks like they are able to get some picks on the side of anti-champion, but
they're starting to close the lead, slowly but surely.
with
the pick
all
has gone down,
4
though.
teammates being alive on, never mind, 3 teammates being alive on the side of anti-champion,
Hammer finds 2, finds. Yeah, the hammer is found 2.
looks
Forcing
like,
the Zapper to jump out.
yep, that's 2 down on the side of
The hammer almost finding the
overtime.
tech.
Fortunately, they're not able to quite the push that they need in order to take this to Game 7. But there's still 2 minutes of time left, so let's see if they're able to take
Anything
the
can
match
happen.
here. Anything can happen.
It is Rainmaker after all.
They do have the paint advantage here. They do have a lot of ground covered right now. Fortunately, that
Wait,
stamp immediately gets
Anti-champion grab the
punished.
Rainmaker.
It's like
And they're
Spruce 7
zapping
battle.
again.
They're
And
gonna
Spruce
try to
7's gonna
push here
hammer in.
again with their hammer.
It's going for the zap, finds the zap. It almost. Zap finds 2, finds 3.
Kill. Let's see if they can get the quad.
Oh,
No,
oh.
so barely missed the quad here. As
The
Andy
Peach is gonna
Champion
run
might
it, and I
have the
think
game
Anti-champion
right
is
now,
gonna win.
and they win.
And Anti-champion. And with that, Anti-champion is your champion of From the Ink Up Week 18.
Yup.
With a very dramatic ending.
Yes, that was. Oh, this has been such a good tourney so far. Thank you for having us. For the 23 people who are still here watching.
Yes, so I am Elemental. Do you know if we have credits this week or not? Okay then. There are no credits this week. But yes. So once again, I guess I'll I guess our commentators we get to just plug ourselves. I have been Kaiser. You can find me on Twitter at Kaiser
And I'm Annie, and I don't have a Twitter because I hate Twitter. So I don't know. If you wanna show me appreciation, you can probably just DM me from the Ink Up server.
Yes, you can find us both in the From the Ink Up server if you ever have any questions.
Yep, this has been a really, really fun tourney, but it is time to go to bed as it's getting pretty late now. Thank you for all the teams for coming out. This has been a great tournament.
Indeed.
So many close matches. Really, I think we only had one set that was completely taken over, which was by one team. All the other sets were pretty close, which made for some really exciting and fun gameplay.
I want to know one more thing before we leave. Next week will be From the Ink Up's last Splatoon 2 tournament.
Yes, please come
Not
next week.
Following week.
The following, yeah, because this runs every other week.
Bi-weekly. So, not next week, but the following week. The 26th will be From the Ink Up's last Splatoon 2 tournament.
And it is right before the test
It's right
fire for
before the
Splatoon
test fire
3.
starts.
So,
Yeah.
if you want to get some practice in right before the test fire, the next From the Inked Up week 19 is just the time to do it.
Indeed. Well.
With that being
then
said,
once again,
it's been a very, very good tournament, honestly.
yes, and indeed. And once again, I've been your host, Kaiser. You can find me on Twitter at KaiserTheHertzen. And
I'm your host. I'm your other host, Anakin, but I usually go by Annie, and you can find me on the Ink Up
her in the server.
in 2 weeks. Look what Elemental's done for us there.
Thank you.
And I think that's all from the Ink Up out.
Oh yes, and I should also note our third place champion was Pufferfish Party.
Yep.
So shout out to them.
Pufferfish Party
Anyways.
did win against Capri Sun there. Really well done by all the teams. Great tourney.
All right, and with that, we see you all on the 26th.
We'll see you all
Cheers.
next time.